This button is tough, you know. Check. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. You are the lifers, I'm the lifer. Together, we make the best show in all of YouTube. I don't care what genre it is. There's no one better. There's no crew better than the Lifer crew. I'm telling you right now, I love each and every one of you. Love is the strongest frequency that we live by. That's why we're able to move mountains. Streams can push through rocks. Love is the strongest frequency in the world. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And it's such a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. What a blessing it is to be alive. All the time. All the time. You know. Oh, what happened here? Got a little reset here on my Fiat Weekly. Fiat Leakly. Get it? Fiat Leakly. All right. Not that funny. It wasn't that funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We got the Restream. Go to restream.io. It's a beautiful place. Thank you, Restream. We love you. Shout out. If you're following me here on Twitter, we're live on Twit, on the Twitch, and on the Twit. We're on both right now. So you can see me on Twitter right here. You can see my beautiful face here on Twitter live. Yeah, we're going live right now as we speak. If you just happen to be on Twitter. Shout out to my YouTube family, each and every one of you. We know you love it. We're here every single day. So look, I am a guy who likes to use what are called alerts. Why? Because you don't want to stare at price action all day lizong, right? You want to see price where you would like to buy, and you want to see price get there. So we kind of made this trend. It would be nice if we bounced here for quant, and quant did bounce. And 100 is psychological support, if you could only imagine. And so far, we did bounce nicely off of the low of 96. Okay, and we already bounced right off. So what I do is I hit alerts. When the alert hits, I usually jump on in because that's why I set the alert. And look, that alert would have provided you for 6.93%. You get it? So I set my alerts. When the alert hits, I enter trades, and then I move the stop loss once I've been a profit, and bang, bang, bang. So just something to think about. And that's just a tiny trade. I'm not talking, but I'm just showing you a little bit of my trading style, a little piece of what happens in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, what happened today? Did we make gains? We did, in fact, make gains. Look, you can see right here at 9:21 in the morning. I was up at 8 in the morning. I post a Bitcoin update just because it's Saturday. I don't take time off. It's a regular day of trading for me and my group, and it's time to grind. And I'll be here again tonight on the live stream, grinding out. We're going to be looking at charts, looking at the idea. The one thing I like about tonight is we don't have to do the Dow. We don't have to look at really S&P futures. We get a night to just be ourselves, to be crypto people, and to be free. Tomorrow night, it's back to the weekly candle close, back to the Dow futures, back to getting punched in the face by the S&P, and it is what it is. So, yeah, if you laughed out loud, I hope you did, because that's what the S&P does. It punches us right in the face. Just like, I really just... Sorry, I'm just messing around. Look at AXI3L. Looked like it was highly likely to bounce, probably 25% gains, but at least to the target here, to the upside. I saw the 50-minute about to turn. It started to push. It was on my radar, if you would have said, you know. Let's take a look at AXX3L here and see what beautifully happened to AXI3L. If I could spell on the live, it would be nice. I can't. Look at this. I mean, can you believe it? And I think I believe it just hit my target. Yeah, well, it just hit the target. Look at that. It wicked exactly to the target. How does it do this? How do I know exactly where it's going to go? I don't know. You tell me. But that's a beautiful gain of 26% gains. Have you been in the trading group? Look, there's a before and after. There's your before on the 15. I actually like to do this. Let me put my finger right here on the 15. Then I go and I put this on the 15. And I move it right where that was. And we say, there's your before. Wait, I messed up. Let's put it right next to each other. There's your before, and there's your after. Before, ba-boom. Before, ba-boom. And we do this all the time. Look, it came for a nice double bottom for confirmation that this was your entry. So if you entered here and waited it out, came back to resistance, and then racked to support, and boom. Bit of a shoulder, head, and a little shoulder there. Hard to see, but I've seen it in my lifetime. And bang, bang, bang. Axie. How did I know it was going to pop? Because there was a MACD turning. We had low stochastics. And even one thing that I do that most people don't is I put the RSI in these falling fedges. And if the RSI is in a falling fedge, it's ready to fly to the upside. Something I liked as well is the 1 hour time frame was incongruent with the 15-minute time frame. When I see that, it tells me there's a spicy move ahead. So shout out to any of the lifers that may have got in. We didn't post a lot of charts today. We got hit with a crazy move for Bitcoin in the morning. At 3 a.m., we got its Bitcoin pump to the upside. Then we got this other move back down. It's been kind of crazy. I was trading Phantom 3L for gains. Maybe you were too. I got out right here around this area here when we hit this first resistance. It would pop for a little more, come back down, but bounce beautifully off the bottom of this move here to the upside. So Phantom 3L just continuously giving gains. And you can see it came back to this trend line, bounced right back out again, trying to fake us out. Faked out, came back in. They're playing with the traders. You can see this is all leverage trade. You know, it's Bitcoin getting leverage trade and it's getting blasted around. We're going to show you Bookmap here. If you're not using Bookmap, you may be missing out. Bookmap is an amazing, amazing resource and an amazing piece of information. Shout out to the whole team at Bookmap. We got you locked and loaded. Appreciate you all. So look at this. I mean, this made a nice little gain, 15%. We took it last night for about 21 in gains. It was one of the only things that pumped. And Mana 3L, despite the rest of the market, also pumped last night, even though Bitcoin was floundering around. We talked about AGLD for possible gains, and boy, did it go up for gains. Let's take a look at AGLD that I posted in the trading group. Let's take a look at that too as well. AGLD. I just like to see what I said. I post so much, I got to see what the heck I was doing over here. What did I say about this silly old coin over here? So let's take a look. AGLD, 10 a.m. up 11% already. So look, I posted AGLD. When do I post it? I like to see the actual post here. Hold up. It was posted at 8:27 p.m. last night. 8:27 p.m. last night. Look, beautiful bull pennant. Beautiful bull pennant. Likely to go up 58% if it can make it to the measured move. But I mean, see, the thing is, I put these 58. I take 3 to 10. Like, I take whatever I can get above what I got in. I'm not greedy. Yeah, I'd love the 58. I took 75 on bond recently, but you know, it is what it is. Take whatever you could get, baby. As long as you're not losing, you are grooving. You hear me? As long as you're not losing, you're grooving and ready to keep it moving. So look, tight moving averages. I teach this to my students. Look, when the moving average tight right here, boom, to the upside. Tight moving averages. And then we got busy. Let's take a look at what happened to AGLD. Let's kind of bring it back in here. What time frame were we looking at in the example for AGLD? Time frame was the 4-hour time frame. Let's split it up there. And this is exactly what we saw. Look at this. Not huge, but I'm just saying 15% gains out of AGLD. So I like to put my finger right at, you know, and I like to, I'm pretty good at calling the exact entry points. There's AGLD, there's AGLD, there's AGLD, there's AGLD for a move to the upside for 16% gains in the trading group. So 2 of the calls banging on them to the upside in the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's not even talk about bond. We're going to break down bond in a second. We're stocking bond. My whole group, we might call us the bond group right now. We love that thing. Bond is a nice coin. And it's been having a lot of movement. It's one of the only coins with a lot of volume lately. So it's been interesting. It's on the radar. And it has a beautiful bull pennant too. I'm a pattern trader. I just trade patterns. That's it. And, you know, there's other things involved. But look at this, latch entry. So look, I mean, you see it before it happens. That's quite of a, that's, you know, it's a bit of a falling wedge. It's got him an ascending triangle hybrid, but I mean, this thing could move. It's a little flag right now. We check the 15. See, I don't like to get it until the stochastics get below the dotted line, but just something on my radar for sure. We take a look at the 4-hour. Does the 4-hour have legs? It does not. It's a little overbought with a flip happening. Possible gains out of the flag. I thought there would be a little more love out of this. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, a little cooked, but with momentum. Still has momentum. Could bring you all the way to that 200-day moving average. I would not be surprised. 58%. You could pull a Fibonacci on this from this wick to the wick here. And when we do that, we see, coincidentally, we are sitting here after we bounce off the 618 Fibonacci and the 0.5. We're kind of at a sweet spot after bouncing off some fibs. Quite interesting. 4-hour may flip on you. Like, it's showing, the price action showing bullishness, but I don't, son, the 1-hour does want to bop on you to the upside. So the 1-hour is the trade of the night for Latentry, possibly. Looking bullish. This thing gets, when it goes, it gets lit. Measured move is a little smaller than that. That's a little overboard there. Sammy Salami. My buddy Tomas. I love you, Tomas. If you're out there listening every one of these days. So Latentry could pop to the upside. I like it. However, the 15-minute, not where I like it. It could be flipping, though, for the move. What I look for is the 15-minute to grace us up. Look for the bounce of the flag, and then that is my entry. It's not about chasing the percentage. It's about chasing the safest place to get in my humble opinion. And if I can go after the safest, highest probability play over and over again, then it's more likely I'm going to be in the game in the long term. So playing the math, using the math to stay in the game. It's all about the probabilities in my humble opinion. I know nothing, but the fact of my own ignorance, I know nothing. I don't know if this is a good trade. I'm not in this trade. I personally don't have any money in this trade. I don't know the company. I'm not affiliated. I'm not bringing it up for any other reason, but I like what I see in the technical analysis. I'm a nerd, and I'm just looking at the nerdy facts here. Tight moving average in the 15-minute. 1-hour does want to pop to the upside for Latentry. This thing goes, it does go hard. It could just make a double top, get rejected and dumped to the downside. So this area is a big area to think about. I'd rather break out and buy into support. We're pretty close to resistance, you see? So just something to think about. Like, when you're really close to resistance, you may not want to make trades. It's up to you. Me, personally, I like to get above the resistance when I make the trade. Could blast through either way. These are just ideas you got to consider. Latentry, USDT. The majority, 90% of the things I'm going to post are going to be on KuCoin. Link in the description below if you want to open up a KuCoin. It does help the channel. I do get a commission. It would be nice of you to do, if you'd like. If you already have a KuCoin, but you've been trading in my group, it'd be nice if you open up a different one with the link, in case you forgot, because it would be cool. You make a big trade. If you learn from me, you make a big trade, you can send it my way. Good karma if you're using the link. Then without even knowing it, you're sending a commission my way. So shout out to each and every one of you who did that. I appreciate it. And shout out to KuCoin for staying strong. Some fun out today. I'm not here in the fun. I'm just trading. However, I don't leave my life savings on an exchange. Always have a hardware wallet. Please. I'm going to make a PSA right now. Seriously. Hi, my name is Sam. Hi. Ooh. Hi, my name is Sam Price, professional crypto trader, also known as cryptolifer on YouTube. And one thing about cryptocurrency is you need to be your own bank. That's what everyone wants, but a lot of people don't want to be their own bank. They don't want to take responsibility for their funds. Problem is, all the exchanges really don't have your interest at heart. They're trying to make money. And at the end of the day, they're an entity that they've signed off to as a company. No one, there's CEOs and people, but it's not really anybody's full-blown life that's in jeopardy. They can always go bankrupt, call Chapter 11, things of that nature. So it's an entity holding your money that has board meetings, and it's not you holding your money. Please, if you're deep into cryptocurrency, if you love cryptocurrency, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I do and say should be taken as financial advice. But I personally use hardware wallets. It's good to have a cold wallet, have something off of the internet, off of a place where it's safe. This is your life. This is your children's life. This is your future. Make sure you take it seriously. If you have all your funds sitting on exchanges, this could be a very detrimental thing to you. If something goes wrong, they go insolvent, and you end up having nothing to fall back on. Please, please, please learn what hardware wallets are. Get educated about hardware wallets and make sure if you'd like, I include them in my life. I think it would be a good idea. I can't tell you what to do, but it would probably be a good idea. So just want to put that PSA out there. Hardware wallets, do not leave all your funds on an exchange. It'll be your fault when you can't get them. Don't blame anybody else but yourself. cryptolifer, I'm here every day doing a live stream 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I can't wait to see you there. And I just think that needs to be said, you know. Just sad to say, but it is, you know. And we took Axie3L, Axie Infinity, banged on them. Look at that double bottom to the upside. Demetria, I was posting this too as well. Why? Well, I liked where it was sitting in this moment. We already took it for about 11, 10%. 14 recently, you know, came back down, hit it again. A little lower than before. It bouncing off the 786, and now it's kind of near the golden pocket. Could see some more gains. Not my trade of the night anymore. We took it for a little gain. Kind of went sideways. It is consolidating, though, above a good fib level and getting tight in the moving averages. 1 hour pushing up. 4 hours still has gas. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw this thing spike to the upside again, though. It's completely up to you. If you decide to do that, that's your trade. I'm just looking at it. It's interesting to me. LBP is still sitting on this line like for so long. Look at that long consolidation. Look at that. I mean, it actually did pop. Someone was calling this pop at the trader group. I saw that they were like, I mean, that thing is so tight. There, it went for a nice 22% gain. So anyone took a nibble. LBP, baby. And of course, let's get into BOND, baby bond. So look, on the daily, it's starting to turn to the downside. I get it. I mean, on the 4 hour. But these 4 hour pullbacks have been nil. This one here, still got a pump. This one here, still got a pump. We could be curling back to the upside. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. It's beat to the ground. We went 1 for 1 there. Bang. We went 2 for 2 there. We went 3 for 3 in a scalp yesterday, right in here. I took a little bit. I took 10%. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Let's take a look now. To me, a bit of a symmetrical triangle, which is not bullish, not bearish. It's a 50-50 shot. It could go either way. Not really going to give it a bull pennant pass, all right? However, it's at the bottom of the channel. It's touching the 21, and it's low in the stochastics. Another thing that I'm seeing that I go by is swing up to swing up. There's my swing low. That's my secondary swing low. I do the same thing here on the RSI, and that's hidden bullish divergence. Yes, hidden bullish divergence. If you get your settings here, you can label it nicely, hidden bullish. See that? Hidden bullish divergence to the upside. Just something to think about. Suggest that we will make a higher high. At that point, we may make a beautiful bearish divergence. You'll get a swing up to swing up here. You'll get a swing down here. We want the RSI to surge one more time, but not get higher than that high. That will confirm bearish divvy, and that'll be the end of this run. What a parabolic run it was. That's a parabola. We called this parabola. If you didn't know, we were all over it. Nailed it yesterday. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Billy. And I think I have an object tree on this. What is an object tree? Let me show you. You can kind of hide what you've done before and then kind of put it all back on again. All right? Did I delete all my work? I thought I had an object tree of it, though. Visible range, relative strength. I guess I did not. But if you want, what you could do, look, everything that I just drew now, I can hit shift. I can kind of wrap it all in here, right? I can right click it and hit create a group of drawings, label the drawing, 1 hour bull, whatever you want to do, right? And then you can take that on and off whenever you want and still have access to the chat. And you can do a bunch of these, all right, and have them all kind of loaded around, all right? What I saw, what got us paid yesterday was this. I saw this and I saw it was a rising wedge, and rising wedges break out parabolic, and then I took out the parabola. And how did I know? I mean, and we were back here, and then we started making this flag on the 7 minute. And then once we called the 7 minute flag, it was over, right? This flag started forming here. This is progressive learning in chart action. You won't see this anywhere else on any other channel. You won't watch the replay button as you watch how we figured out how to trade yesterday. Showed you the replay of how we made the money, right? Because anyone could just be, you know. And that thing just would continue to rip, you know. And then once you know that you're in a rising wedge, all right, pause for a second, and you've been trading as long as me, 10 years, 15 years, you swing this up. I've been doing technical analysis for 10 years. I've been trading for 15, but I did 5 years without analysis, so woe was me, you know. And it told me we were highly likely to get to about 23 area, you know. And it didn't make any sense to me, but that's exactly, look, I mean, we pushed right there. A lot of people made a boatload. It was a beautiful trade. It was out of control yesterday. Last night was insanity. It was a crazy Friday night of trading. So shout out to anyone that jumped into that. We absolutely nailed it in the trading group. It was insanity. Gains on gains on gains. And look at my team already presenting the Axie gains there. Presented at 9:20 in the morning this morning, and we're at 7:52 the same day. 25% gains. And we get to show you it live on the channel because we've been working hard all day long. Don't think just because I wasn't live on the live stream that I wasn't working hard, baby. Look at Bond for another 74% gains when it came out of this and went parabolic to the upside. We nailed it again. All right. Woke up this morning to massive gains. It was out of control. All right. So it's been fun. It's been a fun Saturday. I just got to make that clear. It's been a fun Saturday. Trading has been awesome. I've been watching people make gains. I like watching people make gains. It makes me happy. Probably my favorite thing to do in the world is to watch gains get made by other people all the time. You know. Shout out to the $12.33 super chat. Fort keeps popping. I'm banging gains, but that on the 4 hour and compare it with USDC before it blew and tell me that's not looking the same. Fort, Billy McDonough. Billy McDonough. Shout out to Billy McDonough. Willie D, bro. Op has been hot. It has been too. That's a blow off top and a half. Yes, it is. Gina Farina. Shout out to Gina Bobina. What happened? We lost you as the mob? You changed your... I'll put you back up in there. Add as a mode. Shout out to Gina Fofina. You're funny. I said it 1,000 times. Centralized exchanges are good for one thing. Fiat into a bank account. I know, right? Cryptolifer is KuCoin FUD true. No exchange is safe. I don't believe it. I mean, the guy keeps tweeting it's fine. I don't know. You never know. You never know. That's why I'm saying always be careful. Always have a stop loss. You know, always have a cold wallet. That a girl. PYR looks like it's about to bang. Op doing well. Shout out to Mark Pelra. Bitcoin update. Never. You'll never get it now that you asked for it. How dare you? How dare you ask for it? How dare you? How dare you? I should have muted Gino when I had the chance. Gregory the Sniper. You guys are funny. Guys, the best L2 Ethereum. Matic, baby. What Bitcoin levels to look at for? You are the best. I love you, man. Have you seen anything about the law of one? Oh, yeah. For sure. I created it. I wrote it. We made it. No, I'm just making. All right, let's take a look. So, gains on gains. Gains just fall off of my shirt. You know, if there's gains on my shirt, they might just fall off on you. Just be careful if you're walking by. Make sure you have a gain apron on because I might just spill gains on you. And I'm sorry if I do. I greatly apologize. I did not mean to. GST, Green Satoshi Token, taking a move to the upside, flagging out too. May decide it wants to go again. You never know. I'm preemptive. I'm not saying it. I just, you know, I start getting it going. So we talked about Ape3L possibly making some legs. I was looking at it too, and it did. It made the gains to the upsides. And look, that's the cups and handles. Ape is actually getting some leeway. I heard a YouTuber talking about it. DZ loves it. You know, they bring it up a lot. Ape coin, baby, ape. I've been getting bit by mosquitoes like every 5 seconds. They get in through the night, and then they're in the house. They're on my back. They're on my leg. They're everywhere during the live. It's insane. I can't take it. Absolute insanity. Gala. We talked about Gala 3X to the upside too. Wow, Gala or Gal. No, this is Gall. I had the gall to put out Gall. Look at this thing. Erupted to the upside. Gall for gains. about 50%. What is the total of 19% gains for GAL? GAL actually still pumping to the upside right now. GAL, G-A-L, Project Galaxy, or GAL. We'll call it GAL. That's my GAL. Project Galaxy. And we nailed it to the upside. Project Galaxy, GAL. BNB3S. Nope. Biconomy. You know what's funny? I mean, this thing is, it's not in the best pattern. Bit more like a wedge here. Getting tight, but interesting. I look at what the 15, if it's pushing to the upside, I mean, that's, ooh. Interesting. You could even see this now. See that? A little bit of hidden bull. Don't hide that bull. This looks like I could scalp it for a quick little gain. 16.6% depending. Tight moving averages. Take a look at the 1 hour time frame. Time frame looking nice too. It's got a little bit of hidden bullish. I mean, you're swinging down on the RSI while you're swinging up on the price action. I mean, that's hidden bullish divergence right there. Quite interesting. And it actually goes all the way from here, hidden bullish. It's a pretty monumental move there. BICO. Hidden bullish divergence is strong. When I see it, it tells me there's likely going to be a move. It's pretty interesting. You'd be surprised how strong it is. The 7 minutes ready to go. I mean, then you're just like, what do you do? Ugh. Tight moving average. You're very tight right there. Interesting. BICO. And it's funny, man. There's always a coin coming out the woodwork. Never beat yourself up about a trade. Always look for the next opportunity. Don't beat yourself about an old opportunity. Always look for the next opportunity. You know, that is what it is, man. Ladies and gents. BICO on the radar. Again, you got to learn what moving averages are. You got to learn what the support and resistance is. And it's Saturday night, everybody. We don't care about Bitcoin. We care about the money. And the money is in the alts, baby. So I'm where the money is right now. That's why I haven't jumped into Bitcoin yet, because I'm in the money, baby. I see the monies and I want it, man. BRISE looks like it's going to get tight and eventually pop and continue to the upside. I would look at that. BRISE is on my radar. Look how tight that's getting. BRISE. All right. That coin actually has been getting some love. People have been talking about it. We gave you ENS. Remember when I said anything ETH is going to pop? We went over this. We put this out. We hit it for gains. Look, there was an inverted head and shoulder right there. Stops below, never hit the stop losses. Went clean up. 21% gains. And actually, it's looking like it's going to do it again. Ethereum name service. Kind of already did it. So all coins blasting to the upside. The bears getting smashed. Look at STX blast. Everything is going hot tonight. It's hot tamales, baby. It's hot tamales. Wow. Gala moving. Quant got a little bit of a move. Whoa. Dago. San 3L banging on him. I was looking at that. Now it's at the sweet spot. Yeah, it came up. It didn't get as high as I would like, though. Would like it to pump up a little more than that. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour has legs, though. 4 hour tells you this thing is going to blast to the upside. At least 39% gains. I'm still looking at Sand 3L. All right. I'm personally in the trade. I have to make it clear. I am in this trade. I got in down here last night on the lows. Up a little bit, you know. So I'm personally in Sand 3L. I believe it's going to blast to the upside. But again, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. You got to do your own due diligence and figure out what you like about the trade. MSWAP could be beginning to bounce here. Finally, I wouldn't be surprised if it did get a punch here. And that was your bottom on the 4 hour. At about 014406. Write that down. That's a number in your head. That may be the bottom for MSWAP before it makes a massive move to the upside. NYM, I had in this tight channel, and you can see the 4 hour just getting started at 3.87% gains. TFUEL's a little high. Could have made some magic happen. And bond. Let's talk about bond now. Let's break down what I see happening for bond. All right. Oh, that's bond USD. Interesting. No, not. Oh, why is it US? Where's the T at? Okay, there it is. It's just there. It's not there, which is weird. Never seen that. Like, it doesn't put the T on the ticker, but it puts it over there. You see that? No T. Everything else has the T. So there's an idea here that Bond could make some gains because it's in a beautiful, like, bull pennant. And bull pennants break up 68% chance to the upside, touching the 21-day. Oh, we already drew this, remember? Oh, maybe I turned the object tree off. That's interesting. What did I do? 2 different assets of Bond? There's a chance, right? Yeah. So what we were telling you is we were being preemptive about the idea that we would make a bearish divvy. So what we want to see is Bond pump one more time. Give us a bunch of nice gains. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD suggests this thing could bounce. Falling volume and falling price tells you there's no more sellers. Where are the sellers? Falling volume, falling price. The sellers should be there. They're not there. There's no sellers, then what's happening? It's got to be buyers. You know what I'm saying? Big move to the upside here for Bond. Again, it all depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin could dump on you, take you to the downside. It's low liquidity, right? But, you know, I personally like this trade right now. Bond, I like it. I'm going to enter the trade with the 15-minute right here being super low and pushing up in the 1 hour too. I'm going to show you how I enter the trade using 3 commas. I find my asset, USDT, I find Bond, okay? I see how much I got in the kitty. I got about 7 grand. I'll put about $17.50 into Bond, all right? I hit my limit order. I look at the trade, all right? It's high risk because you don't have a lot of places to put a stop loss, in my humble opinion. Also live, like the market maker might come get me right now. Like, oh, that's what you're going to do? Well, I'll just nail you out, you know? So it says we could get, let me take this green one away. Says I could get about 44%, all right? That means I would have to risk about, ooh, that's high risk. Ooh, I don't like that. It's a high risk trade, to be dead honest. Very high risk because I don't get to put my stop loss places I would like to. I also see shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. Could happen, you know? 4 hours also putting to the downside and against me and away from the dotted line. And I can see the 4 hour definitely hit me off. So it's high risk trade. I'm going to lower, instead of putting 1,700, I put less in the trade when the trade is high risk, right? I don't have to risk a lot. I'll say 1,250, all right? And then 14% on the stop loss. It's pretty steep. So hit negative 14, and then to take profit, we're going for that 44. But I probably might try to snatch out early. Then this is what I do differently that you might not. See, at the limit, 3993, I just go right to 41 right there, and I'm going to eat that higher price. You get it? Because my oscillators are telling me I'm in the right parameters, and I could lose this trade easily. I want to make that really clear. Don't go on my life just on this trade. If I lose this trade, like, oh, you know, it's one trade. It's just one trade. You know what I'm saying? But it does look pretty nice on a low liquidity Saturday night. So I'm in there. You can see for about $12.50 for Bond. Not a huge amount of money. We make it though. We make about $500 to $600. I mean, so Bond. There we go. A live trade for Bond right there. Lack of bearish momentum really got me going. Falling volume with falling price really tells me that there's just a lot of movement here. 4 hour makes me cautious and worried that I may lose the trade. So I know that I'm going against the grain here. And if I trade this, I trade the 1 hour only. Meaning when the 1 hour comes on up, I'm out of here. I know exactly when I'm out. I know exactly what I'm doing. Once we get up here on the 1 hour, I am gone. And what I do is I start putting alerts here. I can even put 2 alerts here just in case. Then I start putting alerts on this line too. When this line hits, I put alerts everywhere when I'm in a trade. 15-minute, when that comes on up, I put alerts. I want to see what that's doing. What level do we break there? If we don't break a certain level, I may hop out of the trade. If the 15-minute can't get above this zone, we go more sideways, maybe I stay in. But if the 50-minute gets here and starts getting rejected, maybe I take some profits and we rework the trade. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. And there's still some bearish divergence here too. Look, swing up to swing up. That's not it's a little bit of bear. I feel like it played out though. I like my chances with Bond. Been a high liquidity trade. So I'm going to go for it on a Saturday night. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. 185 people on the likes, 396 watchers. And we're doing crazy stuff here live. We're making live trades. We're talking about all sorts of different stuff. And right now we're going to break it down for Bitcoin for you because I guess everyone's upset that we haven't talked about Bitcoin yet. They're like, but what about Bitcoin, cryptolifer? Okay, so look at the move for Bitcoin, 22,005. It did break up. Look at this, the inverted head and shoulder, right? So look, things were very bearish. Bulls must take back 22,400, I said. If we did not, we were headed back down to 21,350. Look what happened, though. Had you just learned from the lifer, shoulder, head, and shoulder. I made a video about this. I talked about this, did I not? Who was a lifer and who saw me draw this inverted head and shoulder? Who saw me draw this and said, you know, it's likely we could be making an inverted to the upside? I mean, what a beautiful move there. Unbelievable. I believe I have an object tree on this too, though. What do they disappear? Oh, yeah, there it is. Says the 1 hour and the, yeah. So here's idea one. I want to see, this is cool, huh? You can see I'm drawing the measured move of this little flag to the upside. And then I said, watch this flag on the 15th. I said, all you can do is watch this flag. I said, flag Bitcoin out right here. If it stays in the flag above the zone, then we can get to the measured move. And I took this measured move of this pole here. And I said, then we can get to the measured move right around here at 22,543. I mean, right now we're sitting at what? 22,563. So I'm off by $20. We went to a high, fine. Again, touching the 200-day moving average, that happens a lot. You get vacuumed right up to the 200-day. So we called this inverted before it happened. We started building it. We started talking about this being a wedge when we saw the dump this morning. We broke down the two levels that were super important for you to watch right here. I know there's a lot here because I got two object trees on. Let me turn one off. Let me put this one in an object tree. You see what I'm doing here is you're taking a bunch of stuff, slapping it in one group, then you're able to turn the group off, right? So this is the first, you know, this is my thoughts. I said, you gotta, and I flagged this out. You can tell this is my idea. I drew it a long time ago. Idea one, you know. Now, if we were to break this level, this is going to be a downside, and we even had the next level we were highly likely going to. Even when we dropped out of the flag, we drew this and said it was likely we're going to dump here earlier today. When the dump happened, we started drawing a flag here. We took the length of this pole and right here and suggested if this dumps out, we're going to head somewhere to 21,171. Look where we went. We were off by like a couple beans. It would wick to, I think we would bring this, in my defense, we would bring this flag further up, something like this, because when I drew it, hold on, let me go back a bunch of times. Yeah, right there, see? So I called it 21,085 and it went to 21,930. I was off by 120 bucks on the measured move. Then we would come so you would know exactly what Bitcoin was doing if you were in my trading group. Then we calmed everyone down with the shoulder, head, and shoulder. We got to the upside. We had the flag and boom, boom, boom. You see? So, and again, don't do exactly what I do. If you do exactly what I do, you're going to hurt my trade. Don't copy my trades, please. Okay. Let me have one to myself, please. No, I'm just look, OP. This thing would bang on you to the upside, and I talked about this and went over it. Talked about it could bounce right here and circle the area. Looks like it went exactly to the area. This is nuts. And then it would break to the upside parabolically. OP. So Bitcoin with a nice reversal pump. And I said it must be a short squeeze, man. They're going to do the short squeeze, and they did a short squeeze. Let's take a look at Bookmap. You can see the remnants of the short squeeze when all this liquidity got shaken up here. And you can see short squeeze. Right here was the short squeeze. But now we're forming a nice flag. It's interesting. This is weird. See, now I'm getting two different bonds. Hold up. That's why it's on Binance too. Ah, that's why. All right. Bullish. That's a 15-minute. Looks beautiful. Bullish. We'll go from there. Let's look at Bitcoin USDT here on Tether. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 380 people. Where is everybody tonight? Wow, it's a Saturday night. Usually we have a lot of viewers. What is crack-a-lackin'? What is happening? So by zooming in and by seeing things in a smaller time frame, and making multiple ideas and always having them kind of on the back end. We're able to figure out what Bitcoin's about to do here, and you know. So now let's freestyle. I like to just be free with Bitcoin, all by my little old self, and just look at what it's doing. Now I'll show you something that I'm seeing right here. This daily, see this? Could curve here. That curves, we're going to get a nice move to the upside when nobody suggests it. I'm telling you right now, when you leave a high volume node, it's so likely you come to the next node. And I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. When we get there, there's a lot of people that don't believe me. I even saw people on, like, you know, around the blockchain when I said certain things. Kind of gave me some funny looks. Not everybody, and honestly, I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm just showing you what's most likely because I've seen it more than most people. See, a lot of the YouTubers, you assume they know a lot about charting, but they talk about YouTube, they look at this. I'm in the charts all day long. So I don't know what all the other YouTubers know. I know the charts though. And that's what you really want to know. At the end of the day, if you spend more time in the charts, I think you'll be more accurate than everybody else who reads news, who listens to everybody else, who has assumptions. Plan B did this, on-chain analysis. You know, it's like there's just so many ways to take you away from the focus. And the focus should be the charts. Once you're in the charts, you can begin to build. You know, once you begin to build, you can see things differently. And when you see things differently, you can trade against the masses differently. And then you can take advantage because you don't trade like them. And that's the key. So look, this could be a beautiful inverted, which we keep showing. I've shown this many times, but I'll show it again. Why not? Something to think about. No, I don't see anyone else really showing that. So something to think about. I also was, I believe, one of the only people to show this shoulder, head, and shoulder. People called other people had the Adam and Eve double bottom, but I had the inverted that did break to the measured move, because if you pull this to this, pulled it up, is basically where we were about to go, or where we went, you know. So bigger time frame daily is showing signs of a bounce. It really is off of this support zone. And it clearly has a support zone because you have two candles that closed right here, and you wicked right there once, and you wicked right through it. 21-day moving average coming across the 50. If that happens, that could be the beginning of a boom. Also, we talked so much about staying above the 200-day. This is a big deal right here. If the 4-hour time frame, which it did just do, and it bounced off the 200, it's a really good sign that we're going to see some fireworks. There's a massive move here. That's the measured move. It's not just a little length. That's a big measured move, because that's your ABC, you know. So you see here, that's $28,000 Bitcoin, all right? And I call these emerging cup and handles, or giraffe cup and handy. See, it's got a giraffe neck. It's an emerging cup and handle to the upside. Measured move would take you all the way to 20,859. Also, we're back at this same idea that we're back kind of retesting the top of this flag. We really don't want to come back in here and hang out in here. We want to stay out. Tight moving averages on the 4-hour. A tight moving average is when you have a downtrend, means a huge dump, but it could be a pump. I'll tell you what right now, every time the moving averages got tight on the 4-hour, right here, they got kind of tight, dump. They started getting tight here. We had one pump. They gave us hope. We got above the 200. I thought that may have been a move. We came down here. Nope. Then we got tight again. Dump. It means a pump or a dump. It doesn't always mean a pump. If the trend is down, then when they get tight, you'll dump. You see? But it will tell you. They're basically Bollinger Bands. When they're tight, something big is happening. The same thing when you get tight inside of a wedge. They got tight, dump. They're getting tight again. A big move is coming for Bitcoin. Big move coming. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. One thing that scares me a little bit here, and I showed it to my team today, is shoulder. It doesn't scare me. It shouldn't scare me. But that's a head and shoulder pattern that could dump you to the downside. However, right now, those two candles and the bounce off the 200 are slightly negating the fact that this was going to dump to the downside. So, but at the end of the day, we're at heavy resistance right here for Bitcoin. So just like I said earlier today, how we needed to break above 23,400 area. This is our next challenge. Nothing is bullish unless we can get above 22,866. All right, so 22,800, I'm going to say. We can't get above there. We don't break through the zone. Nada, you know. My chubby thumb always seems to hit, you know. So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin. I'm very bullish of the 4-hour. I mean, it wants to move. I mean, that's that. But I've seen dumps come from there. Anything could happen. The 1-hour pumped, and it didn't really get above resistance. It's just not a good pump. It's kind of a lackluster pump, you know. What you got to hope for this is it gets elongated here, and the 4-hour eventually plays out in our favor. So you're looking for this inverted head and shoulder, but right now you're getting overbought on the 1 hour. You're definitely overbought on the right now. I mean, hold up. Let me make sure I'm not in like replay mode here. I always make sure. Yeah, this is real price action right now. Yeah, all right. You're overbought on the 15-minute, and you're in a rising wedge. It's just not a good sign. You see? It's hard to see here, but, you know, if you open your mind and expand it, you kind of got an M here. You see that? A slanted M. You got to heed this stuff. But again, the 50-minute brings you down. Hopefully the 1 hour brings you down. You bounce here, and then you get the move to the upside. You make the shoulder, the head, and the inverted head and shoulder. So right now I am predicting that we will, after the surge, we had a nice little surge, but I would start to take some profits out of my trades right now. The 15 and the 1 hour getting overbought for Bitcoin. Not a good look, right? There could be some gas, and the only thing that stopped this is what? Is what, everybody? A short squeeze. How do we find short squeezes? By using the 7 and the 15. And right now, that 7 does say that it wants to continue to pump here out of a tiny little move. So just right here, we should expect this move for the next, I don't know, half an hour to 40 minutes. From there, we can reconvene. We should expect this move back to bigger resistance at 22,800. All right, and I'll leave it at that. But after that, 50 minutes going to take over. And if the 7 doesn't give you much punch, then just this is all going to continue to dump on you. So right now, what I'm seeing is we're at the top of the trend line. You can almost make a new channel here, you know. Did you break out, though? This is interesting. I want to see, like, It's almost like you do that. You add that to it, and you got this. I mean, you got to respect that. So you haven't hit the top of the channel yet. This is your sweet spot. This node right here at about 23,000. So that's your, you know, you're at resistance here. You get above there, your next resistance is 23K. All right. What do I see happening for the next 2 hours, 3 hours? The 1 hour is getting spent. And so you could only assume that a couple hours from now, after the 15 and the 7 have whatever fun they have, that we continue to, you know, unless the bulls do something amazing, we get above this resistance, we'll come for this area, and then maybe we could use this as support and bounce. So you're looking for Bitcoin in the next few hours to get above this zone, just like we talked about it to get above this zone, and it did. That's the key play. Probability is unlikely that it will. 7-minute will get you started, and we can go from there. Right now, the stochastics in the 7-minute are pushing for a probability to the upside, but that just brings you to the resistance. It doesn't really get you out of the hole you're in, right? 4 hours in beautiful shape, which is interesting. So you can forget it all and trade the 4 hour, which I've done before. I want to let you know, all right? It's not to confuse you. You could do it all and just trade the 4 hour. Just say, you know what? I don't care about any of this stuff. Low 4 hour, I'm going to trade it. However, I've been burned by that, so I'm just trying to see. Right now, you're like, well, he said this, he said that, yeah, because I've been burned out by all these different things. And so I'm trying to show you all the different things you might want to consider. As a trader, the older you get and the more you see, the more you have to think. And it's sad. When you're young, you haven't seen as much as me, so you can just kind of throw caution to the wind. You're like, whatever, you know. So we need the short squeeze. We need the 7-minute to pump here. And we'll watch that. I mean, there's a high probability. Stokes are very probable. And the Stokes are showing lack of bearish momentum, falling volume, falling price, and they're showing that the Stokes want to push up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Bitcoin pump to 22,800 right now in the next, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. From there, we'll reconvene. Let's get back into the alts and have some fun. Cool to see what's happening. Sketchy market tonight for sure. I would limit my trading too. I wouldn't overtrade at all. Overtrading is the key to people losing a lot of money. Do not overtrade. Trust me. No, but at one point, right now I'm calling the 7-minute going to the upside. I'm calling that. I'm calling that the 7-minute will go to the upside. I'm making a call. I do make a call. That's right. Tonight, I'm not making a call. I'm telling you, I'm giving you certain areas. I'm giving you, but you will see me make calls. I don't always make a call, but some days I'll say, you know what, I'm long in it. Like last week, I said I'm long in this. I call this for Bitcoin. I call this cup and handle right here. And you can go back into the thing is everything I do is documented, so you can go back and see it. So I don't even need to talk to trolls. I realize I always forget that. Whenever I even get into a troll argument, I'm like, but they can see everything I've said for the last 2 months. Just go watch me, man. So look, I call this cup and handle to the upside, and this is when I was like, man, high probability we're gonna pump. High probability we're gonna pump. I'm seeing a cup and handle on Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Yeah, I got it here. See? It'll be worse Sunday night. What do you mean? Have some fun. We've been having fun. Shout out to Torma. All right. The 50-minute rejected at the 200, but stops down at the 5 EMA. Pump post Fed hike. Rally over for now. You never know, my friend. Back home in a minute. Shout out to Stack McChange and everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. It's about to squeeze ETH. Could be juicy for Bitcoin. Multiple companies announcing earning reports next week. Fed raising rates on Wednesday. Advanced GP report Thursday. Will likely show us in a recession. Going to be wild ride next week. Or maybe it won't be. See, I don't know what's going to happen next week. See, you never know. But, I mean, we know Fed rate is 26, and we've given you the dates. If you're in my trading group, we gave you the dates, told you to print it out, gave you a sheet of all the dates, told you exactly what to watch for, exactly what days to watch. That's the type of stuff you get in the trading group all the time. Taking you guys on the balcony. Be right back. Oh, no. It's forming a large inverse headed shoulders in the hand of the cup and handle. Could be. Possible. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder here. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, you know. That's what we're hoping for on the 4-hour. 4 hours looking very bullish. It really is. 1 hour is not, you know. 7-minute has to perform, okay? I told you, I just called it the 7-minute would pump, all right? So if it pumps, then you have to give me the call. Whoever said I didn't make a call, whatever. I'm going golfing next week. I know that, exactly. PA seemed, well, actually, you hope you go golfing next week. Lifer, is that a bear flag forming on the USDT dominance 4-hour? Take us back to the 4%. Could be huge if that plays out. Let's take a look at US Tether dominance. Shout out to my man bringing up dominance. Why do you want to look at dominance? What does that have to do with somebody's trading style? What does that mean? Well, when trading dominance, all right, it can help you because what it does is it can show you where the money's flowing in cryptocurrency, all right? And that's something that you want to know because, I mean, if you could see money is about to pour out of crypto, you would want to know. So we're going to jump on into USD.Tether. Crypto market cap. 6.51 here. All right. And I get it because most YouTubers don't make calls. And not every day I'm going to be like spot on. But you'll see me make really bold calls at really big times. And I believe in them 100%. I just made a live trade, man. I put my money where my mouth is. We'll see what happens. There's no guarantees I'm going to win that trade. Right? How would I know I'm going to guarantee? If I knew break this down logically. So because I run a trading group, every trade I make is supposed to hit. I'm supposed to be a genius, you know. I mean, you get it? So if one trade doesn't hit, then I'm a loser. You know, it's just funny. So it does. Number one, that makes no sense. Number two, so every single trade I hit, it hits. So basically, I'm a liar because if every trade that I made hit, I wouldn't be a human being. I've never heard of a person who hits every single trade. So I wouldn't be a real human being. So basically, people either want me to be a god or they want me to be a bum. I'm not allowed to be a person. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny when you run a trading group. It's like, where is the space for humanity in here? You know, it's just funny to me. I love it. I know me and my group we're well taken care of. We have fun. We do the right things. We don't short when the market's long. We don't long when the market's short. We do a pretty good job of staying out of the nonsense and doing a good job of seeing what's happening in the markets. But we have a lot of people watching the market. I have a lot of help. I have a lot of good analysts. I don't do it alone. And because we have, 700 people in the trading group, we don't do it alone, baby. That is a beautiful bear flag forming. 1 hour would probably come back up for a little bit of a pump here. So we might get a little rally, but the 4-hour wants to dump on tether dominance. Look at that. That tells me that we're about to have a rally for Bitcoin. Look at that. I mean, my man was spot on with that. Look at that. I mean, that's about to dump. If tether dominance is about to dump like that, Bitcoin's about to pump like that. Yeah, yo. I mean, that's pretty cool. So it looks like the 1-hour may pop, but then hit resistance and then sayonara senorita. So that means you may want to be in some 3L tokens when you see this. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you may want to be in some 3L tokens. Also, we have heavy resistance right here, which we're likely to hope hit and then not break back above. This is very, very interesting to see. Bitcoin supply has been getting snapped off the exchanges since 18K. Not much left either. Ooh, taking the exchanges, losing. Soon you won't be able to go. You go buy Bitcoin, they're like, we don't have any. And you're like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we just don't have any for you. And you're going to be like, what? But like, I didn't get enough when and you know, when the time to buy it is there, it's probably going to be a hard time snatching it up for sure. And people are going to freak out then. Then they're going to really freak out. I'd rather have a Bitcoin and not need one than need a Bitcoin and not have one. Ooh, that's going to hurt for a lot of people because they're going to feel the pain of their woes. And it's going to happen. I'm telling you, if you're not responsible. See, I studied the history of money. I was responsible for my family. I was just going to put them out there and not take care of them, right? I was going to make sure that I was responsible. I studied the history of finance. I understood what was going on. And I took my finances into my own hands. But the people that decided to wing it and just listen to the news and listen to whatever they heard and just kind of go with the flow, that doesn't always work so well. Sometimes you got to be independent. You got to go your own way. Life isn't always going to take care of you, you know. Long ETH and SHIB, but looking for a juicy setup on a banger. I'm looking at the charts now. Shout out to Michael Pelra. Shout out to Mark Pelra. Elon sold some Bitcoin. Yeah, he did, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter, right? So tether dominance looking like we could get a nice dump, and that would start happening by like 2, 3, 4 in the morning after the 1 hour kind of pushes up for the next 6, 7 hours. So, wow, we could wake up to some fireworks for sure. 4 hour looks good on a lot of coins. It really does. And let's head on over to Sandwich Finance and get a brand new list for us, shall we? I do this with you guys and gals. Why not? Sandwich.finance. All right. And why do I go there? Well, I like it. I like getting the brand new USDT chart. We'll send that to Elements. Why not? When I save things, I think it does something to my RAM too, which is weird. So what I did, see, I just saved a new list. Then I'm going to go here. Import list. I'm going to go to that same place, the Elements, and I'm going to grab the newer list that I grabbed. 7:23 at 9:09 p.m. You can see everything just changed. And now if there's any new coins out, I'm going to have them. LYM. Look at that. Limpo banged on them. We knew this coin. Woof. FRR, front row. That didn't play out. Mana 3L up there. ETH 3L. Interesting that ETH wants to pump on the 4 hour. Look at ETH of the 4 hour. It looks so bullish. Doesn't it though? Breaking out of this flag, like cup and handle flag. You could even kind of like. Definitely going to pump. I mean, I can't say definitely, but highly likely you're going to make it at least to this resistance level for ETH. It's interesting. Some could even just put it in this little symmetrical gang. See that? That's a symmetrical triangle right there if I've ever seen one. And look, there's hidden bullish, swing down, swing down, swing up. I mean, it tells you that the trend's going to go higher than the previous high. ETH about to do damage, does not care. And then what you want to do is you want to go to ETHBTC and you want to juxtapose ETHBTC. So look, so far the 7 minute didn't pump, not yet. They kind of played with it. I'm still not 100% on this move though. It's a very very sketchy move tonight. Some days I'll get indecision. I'm getting indecision tonight. I can't, you know, and I don't mind doing that. I made so many calls in my life. There's days where it's just like it's not as easy to make a call, you know, and that's when I lighten my load or I watch the market a little bit for some other type of signal. All right. However, this low stochastic tells me there's a 70 to 80% chance that we're going to get that pump that I talk about. I'm very confident it will happen, even if it doesn't look as such right now. Just like all these calls that we've made, they played out. They didn't look, at the time we didn't know they were going to play out, but they did. Okay? You got to trust the technical analysis. My internet is choppy. Did he run through Fort yet? I may need it to rewind the live. No, I did not look at Fort. Pamp it. Tonic is pumping. Interesting. So you want to go look at the ETH-BTC pair. You want to take a look at what it looks like. It's going to give you a little bit of insight. And look, I mean, look how beautiful it looks. See? It's in a beautiful flag about to pump. So look, ETH about to beat up on Bitcoin. I mean, that's a good sign. That's a nice trade right there. ETH-BTC. So if you want to throw some ETH onto Bitcoin, again, I'm not a financial advisor. You got to figure out this out yourself. But 17% gains for ETH-BTC. Looking beautiful. Look at that. I mean, it just... Interesting enough. ETH-BTC for gains. For gains, baby, gains. ETH-BTC on a Saturday night. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on it. Thank you for being here. And ETH-BTC tells you when the alts are going to pump. When ETH-BTC is going to pump. And so what we also want to do now is we want to look at BTC.D. We want to look at Bitcoin dominance. That should be dumping. It is, but it's trying to get a little bit of a pump. That's interesting. ETH-BTC pumping and Bitcoin dominance pumping. A little alt rally ensued there. But we're trying to get a little pump for ETH-BTC too. When Bitcoin has a huge move, ETH-BTC moves pretty nicely. All right. Thank you for help with charting, bro. I just added to my trade. Channel is the best channel. Cryptolifer is the best crypto channel there is. Shout out to Sean Aaron. I love you, Sean. What would I say that the ETH had 100% bump while Bitcoin only had 30%? Bitcoin dominance is well overdue. A big move up. I agree with you, Peter. Interesting. Peter Couchman. Let's match the likes to the watchers. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Not sure we have such a small viewership tonight. Where are we all at, baby? We got 700 people on the live. We have 700 paying viewers. How do we not have 700 people on the live every day? Boggles my mind. There's money to be made every single day. You know, people take Saturday night off, especially in the summertime. Not me, baby. Not me. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to become a multi-billionaire. You don't take days off, baby. You go all the way, baby. And I know we can do it. I know a bunch of you are going to become multi-millionaires, billionaires. I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. Still tight. Although 50 minutes starting to play us a little bit. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Don't be fooled by the 2022. Bitcoin has transferred more money this year already than the entire year. Look at that. No days off on the road to success. Just 19 likes to reach 300 likes, fam. Thank you, Love Learning. No days off, bro. Psycho mental. And of course, not every day is going to be perfect. Like getting your stop loss hit on this quick idea, you know. Yeah, I mean, my stop loss wouldn't have been that low, actually, for quick. So, still kind of watching quick closely. Let's take a look at the 1 hour for quick. To me, it's still tight. It's actually still pretty good considering what happened to Bitcoin earlier today. Quick should have dumped a little more, did not. So, you have to remember, and it's riding with the 200-day moving average. When you start to ride with the 200, it's a very bullish sign that something big is going to happen. Also, with ETH pumping, then Matic pumps, and lo and behold, right? So ETH looks like it's about to pump on the 4 hour. That's going to take quick up. I'm telling you right now. If you look at quick on the 4 hour, it's about to pump with ETH. Why is this? Because Ethereum is layered to Matic is layered to Ethereum. Quick is the main swap for Matic. If Ethereum starts to move, Matic gets popular, starts to move, Quick will pump hard. Quick will go all the way back to this 146 area from 84. I mean, don't be surprised. I know everyone's waiting on it and it's taking too long and they're like, well, one day you're going to look back and you'll be like, there it was, baby, Quick. 4 hour looks absolutely amazing. 1 hour doesn't. I'd wait for the 1 hour to come back down again and put an alert down here for Quick. But Quick is on my radar still. Don't think it's not. And if you might miss it, it is what it is, man. Still on the radar for Quick on the 4 hour time frame. No reason It's still getting tighter and tighter. No reason to kick it out yet. Hasn't done anything too bad for me to have to reprimand it. And that's what I have. I have 4 or 5 trades that I'm watching all the time while I'm trading 6 other, you know, it's like this one's been on the back burner for a while. All right. I almost FOMO'd in a few times. I just keep waiting for the right time. Patience. Patience. I hate being sick. Sorry that you're sick, Vincent. You'll be back. Chain Guardians wants to push up. I'm patient on USTC. Interesting. Someone asked about Fort, F-O-R-T. Fort on Coinbase. Said they've been trading it a bunch. I put in a video thing on it. It might go up 28%. Looks like it did pop. About 19. Still got room in the 4-hour. 1 hour actually still has legs too, and it's getting tight to this channel. I don't like the liquidity on it though. And I'm not a huge fan of Coinbase, but this says it could pump on the 15. I wouldn't be surprised if it did pump back to 38 cents for it on the radar. All right. CGG, which is Chain Guardians. I believe. I mean, look at the tightness. I got it in this tight channel too. So you and me both, buddy. This looks beautiful. And just getting tighter and tighter in the range with the 200 moving average. The last time we see that, huge pump. Also, grab a fib, can you? And you're in the 706. You're in the golden pocket right now. Oh my God. So CGG is in the golden pocket. A little bit of momentum on the 15 could get you going at least above resistance. 1 hour's ready to rock. 4 hours got indecision but moves. I like what I'm seeing for this. I like the fib. I like the tightness. I like the 15. It could dump on you in 2 seconds, right? Anything could happen. I like the tightness in the RSI, the tightness there. I mean, I posted this earlier today. I'll post it again just a reminder. CGG reminder. Highly likely. I give that the lifer stamp of approval. Highly likely to play out. You know, anything is possible. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, AR is something we're getting. And honestly, if you're in my group, are you going to the token metric section in the group? Go there as much as you can. Write down these coins. Start charting them. Find out what's going on. Get immersed. We got so much information for you. Breaking it down. Bond trade is flat. Not really doing much here. Sitting tight. So you like R. We called R for a pump to the upside. Beautiful move there, actually. 16%. We called that pump. Then the bearish divergence kicked in. But that was a nice little scalp for R. Now it's getting tight in the wedge. 1 hour is probably going to come back down to the channel, though. So look, I put alerts on the 1 hour, right? When the 1 hour comes on down here, that would be my sweet spot. And that's why I do what I do with the alert section. And then I just put a V here. And I hit that. And then I cross that with another alert. Why not? You can have thousands at one point until you're over alerted. 7 minute wasn't in the sweet spot either for bond. I took room from 380 to 1650. Pretty sweet. Always writing down what you say. Shout out to Adam Khan. I love you, brother. Anybody have here into NFTs? A little bit. We have an NFT group in my trading group. Who hit the Nimic move yesterday and again last night? Shout out to Crypto Baker for banging on Nimic. That was a nice move. Most likely they'll try to take bond down right in front of me. They're like, oh, that was your trade. Let's get them out. Or people will pile in at too many stop losses. And they just. That's why usually it's honestly it's not good to mention your trades, because what will happen is it'll get you rocked. It's sad, right? Because if think about it, if in an imaginary land 100 people all put their stop loss down here, the market maker is going to come and get it. Then he's going to push you back up. So if someone knew where my stop was, then you see, it's like calling a shock. It's calling a target to your face, you know. So if you do get popular, it's just not good to actually even trade live, because you see, which is kind of sad, you know. There's just things you never think about until they happen. I like DERO here on the 4 hour, even though it's getting tight. That thing's looking beautiful. 200-day moving average. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful moves. I mean, Bitcoin could just either hit it or ruin it. I have to say, if I were to make a call, I'm more bullish than bearish on Bitcoin right now, based on the 4 hour time frame, because I trade 4 hour stochastics and they're low. So to me, my trading style says it's more likely we're going to pump to the upside. So I am actually making a call. I'm making a bullish call for Bitcoin. However, I don't know where it's going to go. You don't want to guarantee anything. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. The probability is that the 4 hour will pump to the upside. That's the probability, but there's no guarantees. No guarantees at all. All right. DERO looks like it could go up 22% on the 4 hour though. Looking beautiful. Again, it all depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pops, DERO will pop. Good evening, Lifer. Always doing damage. Much love. Shout out to Jeremiah Fleck, my man. Shout out to Crypto Baker. Shout out to Gina Bombina. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper. And everybody here on the live. Thank you for Fidel. A Dingo 8 Masatoshi. My man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 421 people on the live. 313 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I got my watch back today for the first time in months. Stopped working, so I got it serviced and fixed. $350 just to service this watch. You know what I'm saying? Costs more than most watches just to fix the freaking watch. So crazy, right? But I guess that's what happens when you get a nice watch. My buddy bought this watch for me. I didn't pay for it. Years ago, it was like 5 or 7 years ago too. Beautiful turn-out. But it's nice to have my watch back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have my watch for a long time. And it's right on. It's hitting it. It tells the date. These even glow in the dark a little bit. Pretty crazy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The guy wanted $700 to fix the watch. No lie. I haggled down to like, I don't know, like $450. He goes $450 with a polish. And I was just like, all right, man, whatever. Then I go to get it. He's like $350. But he didn't mention the polish, and I didn't either. So I was just like, all right, man, here's a $350. But you got to haggle. I don't care what it is in life. You got to haggle. You can't pay full price. I try never to pay full. You can't pay full price for anything. The whole point of life is to haggle. You know what I'm saying? You got to haggle for things. It makes it fun, too. It's like, why go all in when you don't have to? You know? Congrats for the new baby boy today. You're the biggest. You made the biggest gain today. We're so happy for you. Love for all your life. Congrats for your new baby boy today. Oh, Alfonso Alonso. Oh, wow. You made the biggest gain today. We're so happy for you. Wow. Congrats for your new baby boy, man. We love you. I didn't get to see it in the chat. My son was born today watching cryptolifer. What a great day. Alfonso Lozano. Hey, man. What was his birthday? What a beautiful birthday he had. July 23rd, man. And he's in the world, bro. Shout out to you, man. What a beautiful blessing it is to see your child for the first time. I can remember seeing both my kids for the first time. I was in their delivery room watching them come right out. I helped my first daughter come out. The second one I was kind of like overseeing. Shout out to YOLO Acres crew up in the North Cali, mining Bitcoin with Hydro and trading with Lifer every morning. Shout out to Cool Beans, man. We love you. Shout out to the YOLO Acres crew up in Northern Cali. Let me know. I'll come on down. Come on up. Whatever it is, right? Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. You know, what worries me too is, look, you could look at this like an M pattern. See, I always see both sides of the story now. So open-minded. The 1 hour's not looking good. Now, I've seen the 1 hour do serious. Look at all the times the 1 hour was high. Dump, dump, dump. We just need a smaller dump. The bears are losing a little bit. Smaller dumps each time. We need a smaller dump on this one. But you got to be open-minded. You can't just be like, oh, it's going to be this, and that's it. It doesn't work like that. We hit gains because we're always paying attention. Look at BIFI pumping to the upside for gains. BIFI on the 4 hour. Already up from when I put it out, 7% for BIFI. Why BIFI? Why not? You know what I'm saying? BIFI been hot. I'm just saying. BIFI been hot. Put this out at 1:42 p.m. earlier today. BIFI. on the 1 hour. If you take a look at the 1 hour, BIFI. And BIFI is up a beautiful, from when we looked at it, yeah, about 6-7% gains for BIFI Finance. Loca. PBR never got that bump, just kept going sideways. Interesting. Short Phantom, eh? So do we short or long? Everybody wants to know tonight. What is the deal? What is the deal? Well, that 7 minutes is gonna pump. I'm telling you right now. If my name ain't Sam, that 7 minute is gonna pump. How do I know that? How could I put my whole faith right now on this oscillator? You know, I've put so much money on this stochastic, and it's gotten my account up. So it's just so likely that this is gonna pump. It's just like, if I had to make a choice, because I've been doing this every day on the live, it's got to be a 20. I'd say there's got to be an 80% chance that this is accurate. I think it's 90% accurate. I really do, because I say it's gonna happen, and it happens a lot. I say it happens more, like 8 out of 10 times I call a pump, we get a pump. I got a lot of faith that this is gonna pump right here to this measured move. Like almost, you know, I put my whole, you know, can't put my show on it, but I almost will. I mean, there's a high probability. Anything is possible. That's what I learned as a trader, that anything could happen at any moment. Bitcoin could just take a huge dump to the downside right now, and just, even though the oscillators say they're not going to. Peter Coachman, yeah. cryptolifer has seen it all before. That's why he's been stacking those sats. Beat the inflation and take control of your financial freedom. Bitcoin, exactly. There's nothing else you can do. If you're not in now, it's tough. If we get a pump, I'll join your group next month. Funny. Mr. Anthrop. You know what? People that said they're going to join next month, you got to make it. Lifers get it done immediately. A lifer gets it done immediately. A lifer does not wait. Dude, some people sing in the shower. Sam calls out trades in Boston accent. You're funny. Book map. Back and forth on the liquidations. Let's see where most of the liquidity lies here. Look, they're dead even here. A little more liquidity to the upside than to the downside, but dead spot on even. Liquidating low, liquidating high, liquidating low, liquidating high. Look, they're ping-ponging on the liquidations on either side. That means you have as many people long as you have short, and the market maker doesn't really know who to go after. We need some people to fall off. We need more longs so we can go after them, or more shorts so we can go after them. I believe it's going to be more shorts based on the stochastics of the 1 hour, which could actually create a short squeeze, which could actually work opposite and from my trading style. Might make a pump. Bond actually just went up 2 or 3% in the last 5 minutes. I get in that reversal by bit until I am fully convinced of a reversal pattern. I get in a reversal bit by bit. Yes, exactly. I see what you're saying. Same thing. 500, 500, feel it out. I do it with smaller trades. Like I add to a trade, then add to another trade. Like I open up a 3 hour with 500. Then open another 3 hour. And then when I see confirmation, I then start to load the position, you know. Boom, just added one more. Hey, Lifer, shout out to Bison 9 of the game. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. One more liquidation right there. Yep. Keeping it. And can we get 441 likes? We got so many people on the live. 439 people on the live. 332 likes. And there's the struggle there. Look, the 5 minute may be high. Nope. Nope. Every time frame is spent right now. 15 minutes still want to dump on you though. See? 15 minutes, like, we got to press without pressing. If that makes any sense. 15 minutes is still trying to squeeze its way out of the gasolina. I do not like what the 1 hour is. 1 hour is very, very bearish. So at any moment, that could even just dump and pull the 17 down on you. I've seen that happen many times. This is oversold 7 minute. I just would love to see that pump, just for like my own satisfaction. You know. I don't get to do a trade on the weekends now until it's looking insanely spicy. This group is helping me fine-tune my skills. Thank you, Lifer. Yeah, man, it's got to be perfect. You should not overtrade. Should never overtrade. There's no reason to overtrade. There's no need to overtrade. You don't have to be in a trade every single day. I'm not a financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do. But as a person, as a human, don't need to be in a trade every single day of your life. Just ridiculous, you know. Look at this. I mean, we call this ADA pump here in this kind of cup and handle for ADA. Thought it would get even bigger than it did. It just got a nice pump, though. Cardano. Up about 11% in the last 4 hours, 6 hours, maybe even a little less. Uppo taking that dumpo. SHIB in a little tight move here. SHIB basically following Bitcoin to a nutshell. What are you going to do if the whole market explodes? I mean, the pattern in the measured move says this is going to boom out. That's a cup and handle to the upside. That's a nice measured move. Says we're supposed to get gas. Cardano. Bitcoin normally shakes out the weak hands on the leverage before moving up every time, every single time. ADA has inverse headed shoulder on the oven. In the oven. You're funny. I see what you're saying. Look at this. I mean, this is a big boy too. Look at that. Cardano about to explode for massive gains. Who here holds Cardano long term? Sorry. People always make fun of. Oh no, SHIB. This is SHIB and I'm talking about Cardano. I'm out of my mind. Look at SHIB in a massive inverted head and shoulder. Pretty interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw SHIB for massive gains. 47% gains for SHIB. So SHIB looking very, very bullish. SHIB saying, you know what, I'm going to do me. Again, though, even if you're a beginner and you're my trading group, remember, Bitcoin could dump any single one of these positions at any single time, at any moment in time. You know what it was? I didn't put out my Bitcoin update like I usually do. Look, how did my chats get to 33.33? How is that possible? How did chat revenue get to 33.33 on the dot? Like, I tell you, this number follows me around all day long. Today, every time I looked at the phone, it was 33, 3 times in a row. 5.33, 6.33, 7.33. I wasn't even trying. It was just like, it was time to go. Yep, time to go. I got a brand new phone today. I got the iPhone 13 X Max or whatever. The big boy. Look, 9:33. I looked at my phone. See? I just talked about whenever I look at my phone, it's on the 33. I just talked about it. And I just talked about this being on the 33. Why does it happen every single time? It's so crazy to me. I didn't even know what time. I swear to God on my life and everything I know, I did not know what time it was. I couldn't look. It's smaller here. I had no idea what time it was when I did that. So crazy. But look, how do you get $33.33 in chat revenue? To do that, that's almost impossible. It's impossible. Someone didn't send me 333. We got a bunch of different super chats that all added up. That's ridiculous. I can't even understand how the math to do that is ridiculous. I don't get it. It's so crazy. Because it's a simulation. That's why I believe we're in a simulation, because of that. I've been waiting on SHIB, sitting long from every support. Let's go. Because it's there, but we have the bear flag on the USDT down. Very conflicting. Scary. Synchronicity says simulation world. You have multiple screens, my guy. Yeah, but the time is really small. I wouldn't lie about it, man. What do you mean I have multiple screens? It's such a weird person to say. Well, like, so I wouldn't lie about it. I would say, oh, I'd seen the time. I didn't know what time it was, man. I had no clue. No, I'm not a Mason. My grandfather, they say, was, though. They took some things out of his attic when he died. It was weird. Kind of strange, you know? So maybe they're coming for me. Synchronicity is very real. It is now. It stands for the Holy Trinity to exactly half the satanic 667. Bitcoin to 33K. You never know. Chromatic. Ridiculous indeed. Illuminati Sam. You're funny. What is your price target for ADA if it pumps? Let's look at Cardano. Get a freaking bug off my leg. Jesus. No, it's like you think I'm surrounded by bugs. I'm not. It's like one or two, but it's just annoying, you know. I mean, the thing about Cardano is it's got legs, but it's got to get above this resistance for sure, you know. It's got heavy resistance right now at 54. So Cardano's got to get above 54 cents to get back in action. All right. You want to look at the daily. You want to look at some big bullish divergence that may propel. And you kind of do have it. I mean, if we open up the RSI here, the divergence started around here, went all the way down. But on the RSI, it goes up. Even kind of, you know, that is a pretty substantial bullish divergence there. You could even combine it here. Suggesting that this is going to be your bottom for Cardano, technically. And you double bottom beautifully. Cardano find its bottom at 40 cents. Enough is enough. Interesting. Once it gets above 54, its next big area is 69. Of course, 69 cents. And then we'll go from there. My prediction for Cardano, I mean, the daily is a little high. It's all about what Bitcoin does. I'm going to take Bitcoin one step at a time. Right now, I don't like how high that we'd have to get the anomaly on that I talked about on BitBoy's channel, where this comes up, but we kind of continue up despite the stochastics going down, which is strange. It only happens here and there. It can throw you off. Love it, universe. Nice. Shout out to Bartholomew Smurfington. I got in right at reversal. I gambled on that 21,700 quick grab down. So look at that right there. Swing, wing, and then we're just getting wicked. See, they're going after the liquidations. They're going up and down. We could probably see two liquidations here again. Yep, look, they just went bing, bong, bing, bong, and now they're coming right back up again. They're just going after whoever wants to be dumb enough to be on the order book tonight. I mean, it's obvious, right? You open up a trade, they're going to go get you on either side. You open up a short, they're going to snatch you up. You open up a long, they're going to snatch you up. I'd be careful trading on low liquidity Saturday night in the week, on the summer too. Tight. And look at my bond trade pumping to the upside here. Finally gained 1.8%. We're up $20 on the trade. Not too shabby. We could swing it to break even and guarantee a win right now for $20. Hey, that pays for dinner. That pays for dinner. Look at Bitcoin starting to get the move like I suggested on the 7. That would be amazing if I have to hang out here until 10 o'clock now. Right? We can't go anywhere until we see this play out. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's it. Now I'm messing around, but you know what I mean. Brad Pitt and Snatch. I look like Brad Pitt and Snatch. That would be cool. I wish. Someone asking about USTC. USDT here. Let's take a look at that as well. On KuCoin. I mean, it's getting so tight. Like, that is the tightest you can get. I mean, that's just so likely to break up to the upside for a bit of a scalp. I mean, that's just... This 7-minute may erupt for Bitcoin. There's something big coming here. I swear I'm psychic and I can smell something big coming. Can you guys? Is it just me? It's just like, boom! Like some big pump. Like when I see all these, you know what it is? It's not even I'm psychic. When I see so many coins in a tight channel, it's just like, how do they all dump to the downside? I mean, Bitcoin could take you down. I've seen it. I've seen like every single thing's in a bull pennant, and then Bitcoin dumps, and then we ruin all these beautiful setups, like every coin. And that sucks. Sometimes that happens. I'll post all these different setups, and everything will look great, and then Bitcoin just, bye Felicia, and just wrecks the whole party. It just completely just bangs on it and just ruins everything, you know? TLOS was in this nice tight channel, making kind of a shoulder, head and a shoulder. Continue to go tight. Did not hit the stop loss, though, which is kind of nice. It's actually still tight. I'd still watch TLOS. And that's another thing. I put out a trade. I don't put out signal groups. I don't put out calls. I put out educational charts that you can then take to, you know, use to your advantage. Like, well, how does that look to you? So look. Did I lock this? I feel like I locked this in an object tree. Let me see. I did, look, first take, because I couldn't move it, and I was about to say I must have it locked. I mean, that's TLOS right there, still getting tight. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing blasted. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing blasted up 10%. But again, the whole market's looking... Anything can happen. I don't want to lean anybody. Anything could happen. You don't know. You got to tell yourself you have no clue what's going to happen. You just got to play probabilities. Where is the best probability? That's what I'm looking for. And if I don't find it, I stay off the market. I still got some trades open. I'm just not as heavy in them as I should, you know. This gall trade was amazing. Shout out to anyone that jumped into that. What a move. 19% gains coming for Gal. She's my gal, bro. I traded that gal. Lifer team chat. What are y'all doing over there? Gal. Let's look at Gal here. I gotta post this after for Gal. Just love when it doesn't hit my stop and it pumps. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Bang, bang, bang for Gal. How do you do it, Lifer? How do you do it every single day of your life? How do you not just want to take a day off and go slump on the couch, relax, and just say, I'm done? Because there's people that believe in me, and I can't let them down. That's why. I could die any day of the week, man. You never know. Wow, Ergo, nice pump. And this thing kind of pumps with Cardano, if you know. Ergo tends to kind of move when Cardano moves. They have something going on. So this is what we want Bitcoin to do, and this is already doing it. You see, it's kind of like front-running the idea here. Bond getting signs of life here on the 15. Bit of a green candle there for some action for Bond. And to me, it just broke out. It did break the trend just now. See? Let's see it stay above that trend. Let's get it a candle close above the next resistance. Right here at about 22.12. We get that. We're looking pretty pretty. We break through this. We're getting to this next high volume node here at 23.11. Where's the measured move for Bond? It would be the length of the pole to the from that next area here. I'm personally in the trade. I want to make it clear. 32% gains coming, possibly out of Bond. No guarantees at all, though. Shout out to the $33.33 in SuperChats. You people are unbelievable. GND has been strong. Looks good. It wants to go higher. Mark Pella. Bond, look about to open up another candle here. A green candle attempting to open in 1 minute. In 1 minute, this candle will close. Let's see it close above this resistance and open up another one and break above, baby, for Bond. And this is like a crazy live battle with the charts. Will we get out alive? Or we get slaughtered like a pig? Only time will tell. The Bitcoin Show. Oh, there's the dumpage to the downside. We didn't get the pump. It's very rare. I'm kind of flabbergasted. I'm like, really? Like, you're going to take the Stokes this low and then just trump them to the downside there? It's kind of weird. To me, I feel like you broke the channel, though. See that? Now you're looking for the bearish retest back in if you come back. That's bearish. And that's how the 1 hour does you. Look at that. That's a bearish engulfing on the 1 hour. You got it, you know. So we didn't get the flag on the 7. And that's why you draw 7-minute flags, because they're going to tell you in the next hour what's like. If this flag pumped, then we would be bullish. If this flag didn't, then you get it? The 7 minutes going to tell you what to do. Pretty simple as that. Now, if we V-shape recovery back in, it could be a liquidity grab. Definitely liquidating the longs right here. All right. And that's why tonight's sketch, because it will look bearish for a second. Like today, they pumped it up and then dumped it back down. They pumped it up. They just kept playing with the price action all day long, you know, in this channel. And I think to try to put this back at a channel is not right. It fell out of the channel is clear as day. Clear as day right there. Our flag didn't play out. I look like a clown. It is what it is. No, but it is, you know, I can't say that it's going to have it. Yeah, I wish it would have pumped. It was more likely it would have. But again, every time you go back in time, look, 7 minute was low here. Pump to the upside, 1. 7 minute was low here. Pump to the upside, 2. 7 minute got low here. Pump to the upside, 3. 7 had even a little half low thing. Pump to the upside, 4. 7 got low, 5. Pump to the upside. 7 got low, 6. Pump to the upside. 7's low again. How do you not pump to the upside? You see, it's a bit weird. So it just, what could be forming here too, be careful. An inverted head and shoulder right there. Shoulder and head. So we have indecision. We have bearishness on the 1 hour. We have bullishness on the 4 hour. And it's tough. We got some Fibonacci retracement areas to watch. We have this shoulder, this head, and this shoulder too that I showed you. We're negating. We got the 4 hour that wants to pump. We have the daily that wants to dump on you. At the end of the day, I'll be honest, at the end of the day, I take the daily over all. And the daily's bearish. So no matter what, it's the biggest time frame that means the most to me. So at the end of the day, the daily's bearish, you must heed it. You know, so many times I traded against the daily and it was not a good look. So daily says we get to the white line. My trading style says you have to come back to the white line. So my trading style says we're bearish and that Bitcoin's going to dump on the daily time frame. That's what my trading style, not what I say, but my trading, because my trading style is not me. I put it together over years and it's just math. And the math says this. So it's not what I say. I just want to make that clear. It's what the trading, it's kind of what the oscillator says. And I trade the idea that whenever you get away from the 21-day moving average, no matter what time frame you're on, you will come back and retest that moving average. My back is so itchy. Summer bugs or something, man. It's like crazy, bro. Been an insane day. Anyway, so you're looking for the marriage with price action in the 21. Looks like we could get out easy at 22,000. Even where we're at, we could be pretty close. We could even get a pump on the 4 hour, come back down. You see? So even, we could get a little, and then end up coming down. Anything could happen. We could Bart Simpson to the downside here. That's why it's not good to tell yourself you know where price is going. And that's why when everyone's like, well, we want to know, it's like, well, and that's why a good chartist won't ever say this is exactly where, because that's just not how it works. I'm sorry to say. I mean, that's how you get wrecked. You look at price action, you figure, and if you can't eventually get a good edge, you walk away for the night. You don't have to force a trade every day of your life. It's not how you don't have to do that. Just not how it works. Okay? You'll be okay if you don't trade that night. You'll make it through. You're going to make it. And if you must trade, then you just make the trade smaller. If you have to get in. That's what I do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying out loud, if a person, to suffice, what I'll do is I'll just get in. I do like what GMT's doing. So look what this guy said. He talked about GMT. Let's break down some trades that are, regardless of what Bitcoin does, could pump. So this is likely to pump. Why? You got this nice trend. Bounce, bounce, bounce. You're curving on the daily. That's very interesting to me. I believe this is the trade of the night. Pattern trading this. Is the 4 hour ready to go? It is. I mean, that's a beautiful trade right there. 1 hour is probably high like Bitcoin. See, yeah, it's so we need to pump so hard on this 15. We get above some of this resistance here. So I'm waiting on the 1 hour, honestly. I don't trade until the 1 hour. It gives me a better signal. So I'm just waiting on the 1 hour. When the 1 hour comes on down, then I'm going to look at the trade and possibly take a move, right? And so that's kind of how I look at it. That's it. It's pretty simple for me. We could just be at the top of the trend. We're going to come down one more time with the 1 hour time frame. And that's going to be the sweet spot to get in. So possibly set an alert here on GMT on the 1 hour. And I have an alert section here in the Discord. And that's where it kind of lives. So check it out here. One of my analysts is like, yo, check out CRV, man. I was looking at it and I was like, yo, I posted that already today, man. Good looks, though. I appreciate that, man. On point. And look, there's my team with Gal nailing it. Shout out to Sean. Before right there, after with the upside, Gal. Banged on him for 19% for Gal. Never even heard about it. I didn't even know what it was, but the T8 played out, looked legit. And we did have a move. So I got an alert here on GMT. I like what the 4 hours doing. I like what the daily's doing. The 1 hour is not in my favor, so I'm waiting for the 1 hour to play on out to the downside. That's how I trade. I make sure all my time frames are in a line. I find it gives me the highest probability of winning, and that's why I do what I do. That's why most of the coins that I do try to cover do end up pushing to the upside or to the downside, whatever way we believe, because we put a lot of effort into the move. All right. Funny, which is Justin Sun's coin, trying to do the see, they're all kind of like doing this funky double bottom. To me, oh yeah, you know what it is? It's the double bottom and then the move to the upside. 1 hour double bottoms, 4 hour pumps on you. It's kind of interesting, right? And then the whole market's going to rip tomorrow and everything's going to be up on the falling wedge. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. That's a cup and handle for Just. So again, another alert here too, same idea. Alerts on the lower time frame stochastics for JST. We want oversold 1 hour time frames. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. That's the sweet spot. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 4 to 31. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? Hard today to get the likes up to the watchers. Interesting. It's so weird that the chats are at 333 though. I'm going to take that as a sign. What a blessing it is today. Very, very interesting. Let's get back into the other Bitcoin chart here that I've been watching like a hawk on the 7. You can see how the smaller time frames really give me confirmation. And now I'm more bearish. See, now we're trying to wick back in there. We're attempting. Like it's messy though. To me, you broke that beautiful flag. See, you had a nice flag. You were making it. It was very nice. And the market maker's probably like, yo, the lifer, man, we got to make him look bad because he can't keep taking money from us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if we V-shape recovery back into this pattern. And this is just a liquidity grab because that's just, whenever you're that low on the Stokes, it usually means you're getting pinned. And if you're that pinned, it's a liquidity grab. Stokes are going to reset at one point. And, you know, where is price action going to go? Just here for the bearish retest, and then there's the big dump. That would be a beautiful play right there for a short. All the shorts will follow the Bitcoin 3S short. So if I like Bitcoin 3S, then whatever you're looking at could possibly pump to as well, you know. Like Phantom 3S, whatever. However, if we look at them all, they're overbought on the 4 hour extremely, and I don't really like to get into trades there. So like, they could be quick scalps in the 1 hour for the short, but I mean, I'm seeing some indecision today. Like if I'm wrong on the move, I'm wrong on the move. Honestly, like I'm okay with being like I can't call tonight. Like I'm all right with that. It is what it is, you know. I see some charts that are highly likely to play out regardless, and I'm gonna play them, you know, and we'll go with the probabilities. That is a bearish flag. So Bitcoin's in the exact opposite. So I'm bullish on the 4 hour for Bitcoin, hands down. 4 hours is so bullish for Bitcoin, it's ridiculous. Okay, I gotta say that. I'm bearish on the 1 hour right now. The 1 hour might give you some swing, you know. Like look, this is likely to play out on the 1 hour, right? This is Bitcoin 3S. This is a short for Bitcoin. 1 hour doesn't look good. I mean, you know, 11% possibly shorting Bitcoin tonight. Sad to say, but that looks like it's highly probable to play out. All right. Based on the bearishness that we're seeing, based on what happened to the 7 minute just now. All right. That it fell out of that pattern. So this is more likely now because the 7 minute didn't play out. So this short for 11% gains is highly likely on the 1 hour. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. And what I like about it is it doesn't have to do anything but just hit the next resistance point. Just make an M pattern. Be a nice double bottom for Bitcoin, and then this would come on and dump. So possible move for Bitcoin here on the short. Although it got a pump, it's like indecisive. And there's low liquidity tonight, so almost you might not get any movement in anything. You might get half moves in everything. So that's something you also want to think about. All right. Saturday night in the summertime. Most people should be hanging out with their family, should be doing something fun with kids. They should be at camping, right? A lot of people aren't going to be around. It's just not going to be the same trading as normal, all right? I just trade low stochastics. That's what I do. Low stochastic in the 1 hour pump. Low stochastic in the 1 hour pump. Low stochastic in the 1 hour pump. 3 for 3, right? 4 for 4, 5 for 5, you know? That one was lackluster, though. As long as you bring the stop loss to break even on almost every trade, once you're up 5 to 10%, you're likely taking care of business, you're watching your money, and you're doing proper risk management, you know? And that way, you lose, you only lose small amounts, and when you win, you either win a little bit or you win a little more. You know, it's like you kind of lock in the idea that, you know, first rule of trading is don't lose money. Not losing money is the first rule of trading, which is kind of funny. People think it's a joke, but that's like the first rule, all right? Don't lose money, you know? And by doing that, you raise your stop loss as soon as possible, any given moment in time, you know? Look, this 50 minutes getting high and not really getting above the zone. So look, it's like, see, we didn't really break out. Still just going tight, and it's kind of almost, had some feelings of a descending triangle. But so it's likely we're going to head back to the bottom of the pattern here. Could be a better entry, you know, unless we get some miracle toss to the upside. 1 hour desperately wants to pump, though. It's interesting. Things like these, if I go to bed at night, gotta leave a stop and gotta leave a take profit, because it could pump in the middle of the night on a wick, and if you don't have a take profit, you will miss it. You know, you will miss it. USTC low in the 15-minute. That one is showing more signs of a possible entry, see? Seller flagging out here. Just something to put on your radar. That's a flag for seller. Oversold on the 15, but overbought on the 1 hour. See, that 1 hour is so weird today. Defying the odds right now. I don't like where it is. For my trading style, it doesn't fit. Just doesn't fit, you know? And I don't force things if it doesn't fit. It's just not a smart idea. Don't force it, mate. Come on, man. We just checked GMT, man, pretty thoroughly, you know. So you can go back and check it out. Oh, it had a pump in the last second. Look at that. It just pumped. We just talked about this thing, and it did pump. So it's likely if it can't, you know, it's going to come down here if it can't get above the zone. You want to see it break out and bounce here. That's the safest retest. 15-minute just got gas, though. GMT. 4 hour for this is going to blast to the upside, like huge. See that? 4 hours ready to rock with moves. This 4 hours awesome. I want to see what it does. If it's lackluster, then we know the whole market's kind of whack. We want to see what this 4 hour can give us. Push is in it. Like, that thing's about, like, see, so many things are in this little, like, that's a symmetrical triangle that could break out, you know, and then you're low. Usually, if you're low in the Stokes, then you're going to get the 50% move up, depending, you know. You check your 1 hour. 1 hour, see, it's just 1 hour just wants to go a little more sideways in the sweet spot. This thing could push for sure. But again, one thing you gotta understand, if you're new, I don't care how good the trade setup is. I don't care how amazing it looks. If Bitcoin dumps, it's gonna dump every single coin. Every single setup's gonna have a fat red candle flying right through it. It's all gonna look horrible. It's just gonna be a pain. It's gonna be a dump. So just remember that. This looks very bullish to me, though. This setup looks very bullish. Push. Makes me fall on a random coin like push, but it could, you know, it's Good name for a coin, huh? Push up. The heat today was just unbearable too. Like, it was hard to do just small tasks. Like, just to bring my kids to like walk around the neighborhood, I could barely breathe. Like, if you're one at like a beach house or just hanging out near the water, it was just almost impossible. Most people were probably inside most of the day. And so my trading style is interesting, everybody. You won't FOMO in here unless you know, old me would FOMO right now. Now I want to wait for the bounce, the fallout, bounce in, or the bounce out and the bounce off. You know, I want to see what's going to happen when the Stokes make a move. And that will give me a better way to attack the trade. I don't have, let the price action tell me what to do. I don't have to do anything until the price action tells me what to do. Aha, all right? And that's key. As a young trader, you just do whatever you want. You don't have any control over your emotions. But as you become an older trader, as you get more legs against underneath you, start realizing, okay, you know, I'm gonna wait for this until that. I'm gonna, you know, you get burned too many times in your life, and you're sick of getting burned. You're not gonna do it anymore. This short looking pretty good here, you know. Yeah, and that would be a scalp only on the 1 hour for the short. Quick scalp, in and out. Nothing crazy. Look, it's making a rising wedge that should break down 68% of the time. Setting up for bearishness. While Bitcoin could be setting up for bullishness. 4 hours more wait. We'll see what it does. Daily doesn't though. See, you're in, yeah, I mean, now you have like all these time frames that could just be kind of getting tight. And to me, that's when I hit support and resistance. Look, I'll show you. And like, to me, it's like, well, we're bullish as long as we hold this line. As long as the bulls stay above 22,000, we're good to go. You know, and if we lose that line, we're back in the pattern. And if we break back in the bigger pattern, then you're likely to come to the bottom of it. So if you lose this line, you're very likely to come down here. And if you lose that line up here, and then you can be in this pattern, and then you can come back down to the measured move again. Because now this is a valid pattern yet again. So this area is pretty big deal. And you honestly don't have to do anything until you see more. You could wait for this dump, break back in at a smaller time frame, and then see that. You know, it's like you could wait to come down here and long this to wait for the confirmation move. Like, it's easier. It's better to be patient and plan out your trade and wait for it to happen than to force yourself to trade on a Saturday night because you feel like you have to be in a trade. You know. We're getting some buyback wicks here, but we're not getting back inside that pattern. And look how elongatedly pinned that 7-minute is now. I mean, that is a liquidation pin. The stochastics don't like doing that. They don't normally do this. It's not normal for them. They bounce normally. So when this oscillator starts to get pinned like that, it's telling me that it's getting put in a place where it normally doesn't want to be put. And it tells me that it's definitely liquidations. And look, there's the liquidations right there. So by using pinned stochastics, I can find out where the liquidations are. And usually you're going to get a bounce after liquidations. So I would expect a bounce from this area back somewhere into this pattern or somewhere back above the resistance. Now Bitcoin has strong resistance at 22,500. You have to say that. If the bulls can't take back 22.5, expect more downside. So here's an easy way to short the market tonight. 7-minute retraces back up. So now I am making a call. 7-minute retraces back up. It can't get back in here or up in here. I'm shorting for sure. If it definitely can't get back in to this pattern here, short that. So if the 7-minute comes back up in the next 5 to 2 hours, that can't get back in. That's your entry for the short, which I already kind of have placed for you, right? So I have an idea of a short already too. All right, the BTC3S. So I have an idea of how to play the short, when to get in, what time frame to look at, what level to watch, and what shape I'm staring at. And then I know exactly where to go to make the trade waiting for me, Bitcoin 3S. So I know what asset to watch. So let me show you again in case this kind of goes over your head. The short falls out. the Stokes do have to reset. That's something that's going to happen. How high the price goes is going to be our justification for the short or long. So when this comes back up and we do not get back in the pattern right there at 22,570, 22,550, we begin to break down. That could be a beautiful place to enter the short, where the 1 hour will then come to the downside and dump. All right. Once you see that once I would see that confirmation, I switch and I go long on Bitcoin 3S. Bang, bang, bang. And that's how that all works for me. You do whatever makes you happy. All right. But that's how I plan it out, plan out my trade. All right. And I think that's going to be it for the night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Let me jump into the chat. Saturday night on in the summer. Can I join the 99? Yes, you can. Anytime you want. Just hit the link to the Me6 immediately right now. There's a link in the description below the video. I can get it for you right now if you'd like. Let's see. And then I'll pin this. Why are you going to make a documentary? I love the side stories you go into. I'll make something, man. If you choose 3 toppings only for pizza, what's your choice? Oh, mushroom, onions, and peppers, man. Come on. And not hot peppers like green peppers or red peppers. You know? Green peppers, preferably. Mushroom, onions, and green peppers. Hands down every time. Extra cheese. Extra cheese. Is that one of them? Can I say that? Can I say the extra cheese? You know, am I allowed? Is that one of the toppings? You know, I don't know. I always try to ask for extra cheese. I asked for extra cheese today in my omelet at the diner. It's just what I do. I'm always afraid I'm not going to get enough, you know. Do all-nighter trucker style stream. I'll do it right now. Let's do it all night, baby. Bro, Bond's been ripping since $3. I love it. It's out of control, Patrick. It's out of control, my friend. Shout out to Gina Bombina in the game. Shout out to all the new subscribers and everybody here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Oh, we lost the ticker too. Sorry about that. Should be back up and running now. Please forgive. I just wanted to see how many people thought I was still frozen, but I wasn't. I just like to be like... Shout out to Gina Wambino. You're funny, man. I'm actually in Wichita, Kansas right now. Okay. 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 I see you, bro. I see you. Bond ripping. Getting some legs on me now. Look at that. Woo! Bond, baby, Bond. James Bond, baby. I mean, that 1 hour, though. Look at that curved 1 hour. It just tells me that you got to get paid. You know? Anything is possible, but looks good to me. Dude, I'm up 52 bones. Live, up 4%. $52 on the live, man. I'll take that. With my super chats, I made $80 during the live, man. That ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? But there you go, man. I like when I put my money live and I actually win the trade. It's pretty good. So far, I'm winning. I could bring my stop loss to break even now and call it a day. What I like to do is shave some of the stop loss, but small trade. It's not a huge amount of money, so I'm not like, it doesn't freak me out too bad. But man, Bond looks good in the 1 hour. 15 minute just looks like it's going to kind of creep on us right now. You know? So could even like take profit, get back in when the 15-minute resets again, and scalp it just a couple times during the night and call it a day. Like, you know, let's see though. In 4 minutes, this 15-minute candle closes. Then it could even rip. The 1 hour could rip right through the 15. I've seen that too. The 15-minute double tops and you rip right through it. Anything is possible. I just do the thing that keeps you making money, right? Whatever keeps you from losing money is the smart thing to do. All right, just keep stacking chips. I don't care if it's $20, $30, $50. Just don't lose money. Don't lose money. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, but don't lose money. It's not fun to lose. Look at BIFI, dude. Everything just got tanked by Bitcoin. Look. Looks like Bitcoin just took a nasty dump, right? Yep, there it goes. Sayonara, senorita. And man, you broke out of a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down. I cannot believe how they're pinning the 7-minute though. It's very rare for it to get this pinned. I believe we're gonna V-shape recovery out of this because they're pinning people to the ground. This is just liquidations. I can show you them. I know exactly what's happening here. You can see them. They're just slaughtering these people. $113,000 liquidated. That's what happens when you play games, man. You lose your money. All right. Instead of making money in bond, right? We're the only coin that made money right now. Bond. And it's chintzy. Look, I did raise my stop loss to 3. I'm going to take my $40 no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take my $40. Like, I'll make sure I win that trade live. I'll show you how to make sure you don't lose money. Look, I raised my stop loss to 3%. So I can't get hit off now. I'm guaranteed to win $40 no matter what. It is what it is, right? So wow, dumpage. I won't leave right now in the middle of a dump. I mean, you can't do that, you know. Bitcoin dumping massively on the 7-minute time frame. It's got to pump back to the upside at one point. Like, there's got to be the end in sight for these liquidations. It's over, man. Makes me want to freestyle real quick, which is just kind of look at the chart one more time. One more time. What do you got for me, baby? Like, you didn't make it to the top of the channel yet. It's a 4-hour suggests that you will. The 50 just crossed the 200. That's a bullish cross. That's a golden cross, right? On the 4-hour. Price action bounces off the 200. That's a big deal too. Please explain Bitcoin, and Tether dominance, or make a video of it. I've been wanting this knowledge for so bad. I did make a video about that. We have that. We got all that stuff, man. We really do. You stayed away for so long, man. We make excerpts every single day, and don't fall for the hype. Dead coins of crypto. There could be dead. Safe. Look, he had Safe Moon up there. That's funny. But thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Well, I'll spend some time going over it for you. Look, now I'm up 50 bones. Look, you put the stop loss and it keeps moving. It's crazy, right? 56, man. 4.52. I like that. I like just shaving. I already made $2,000 on the coin, so whenever I just make a little more, it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to just make 50 bones real quick during the live. Look, I put my stop loss to 4.5. Right now it's at 4.62. I'm up 57.77. See the 77s? It's always there. The battle. The short starting to move here on Bitcoin, but getting stifled. Remember, the short's extremely overbought on the 4-hour, telling me that it's really not got any more gas left. Very, very strange. So look, I made $50 on the trade during the live. Not a huge gain, but I didn't lose money. I could 10x that to $500, right? But look, just made $50 on the live, and I made it off of what? Not a lot of money, like $1,200. Like, you know, I could have put like $3,000 in there. I made $50 off of $1,200. I mean, that's 4%. You make 4% every day, and you compound that, and you do it with $100. You can make $100,000 a year. That's what people don't realize. What I just did there, you can make $100,000 a year doing, but most people don't realize that. They want the fast money. They want the big money. They don't want to be here forever. They just want to constantly, you know, manipulation at its best. Nice play. It's nice to win, you know. It's nice to win. All right. I'm not trying to lose my money, man. I still believe it's very likely we get a bounce back to the upside here. This is what I believe has happened. This is the third time I've seen this week. This is the pattern that's about to pump on the 7-minute. Back to the upside. I'm calling this right here. They liquidated. Now it's time to pump, baby. You can't keep liquidating. Eventually, you're going to run out of people to liquidate. All right? Birdman, thank you so much for the $50, man. Brought me to 88.33. You're the man, dude. Much respect to you and yours. $15 minutes getting pin 2 on Bitcoin. Yep. Look at that massive candle right there. Look at that. That's me sell. That's my sell right there. Ding. But man, the 15 minutes extremely oversold. So now you're looking for a retest. And see, now I'm looking for this flag. So I don't have to get in now. I can flag this out. I already took my 50. So now I'm already up too. I can stop loss 50 now. And I can give it back if I want. So I already took something from the house. So now I'm up on the house, right? So now when I play my stop loss for 150, I know I got 30 in the hole on them. You get what I mean? Like, so now I watch this here and I flag it out. And this could continue to pump. I mean, the 1 hour is looking very bullish. Very, very bullish. Last night I sold a little early in the 15 and I could have let it hang out. But again, 50-minute very overbought. Every time we were here, look, we had a pullback. We had a pullback. So doesn't guarantee anything. We could even get a move here. You could go up a little higher and then get a pullback. But I believe I'll be able to get back in at a decent price when the 15-minute resets. So I put an alert down here. I put an alert right here. When that alert hits, I'm going to be thinking of getting jumping back into the trade. Okay. Grant, I want to make 500 to 1,000 bucks. I don't want to just make 50 bucks. Trust me. I like to make gains. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for being awesome and smooshing that like button. I saw it as well. You can sometimes use the bars pattern to put price where it should be. Yep. You can do that. I've done that. The second someone says anything about a problem, they get removed because it's only nice people in here that are doing awesome stuff. Tomas, baby. Tomas. Is that you, Tomas? Can we see the ETH chart? Tomas. Is that you, Tomas? Is that really Tomas? My buddy? What happens in the Discord group, bro? What happens in the Discord stays in the Discord, man. It's none of your business. You got to pay $100 to find out. No, I'm just... If you want to know what goes on my Discord, then just come to the Discord now. But we have a welcome center ready to get you. I post charts all day long. I do 3 to 5 Bitcoin video updates a day, showing you what Bitcoin's doing in the morning, what it's doing at night. Throughout that information, we trade alts, short or long, throughout the day, and we make gains. And so we day trade, we swing trade. Some people get into a trade. Some people do 1 or 2 trades a month. Some people do 4 or 5 trades a day. It all depends on how much you want to trade. I'm here all day long. Like, I spent most of the day in the trading group today. I took my family, to a lunch, and then I took them out in the afternoon for a couple hours. But even when I was with them, I'm doing, I can look, I need 5 minutes and I look at Bitcoin. I do an update. I always have an iPad on me at all times that's connected to my phone, and I'm able to do the hotspot. And so I never really am not connected to Bitcoin at any given moment in time. So for the $99, you pay for my brain in your back pocket. And I'm Eastern Standard Time and I sleep for 6 hours a day. So I'm ready to go. So whatever you need, man, I'm here for you. Pay $99 a month. Have Samuel James Price, the cryptolifer, at your beck and call for $3.33 a day. I mean, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So look, I just sold the exact top of the 15, right? And I said it was likely going to be the end, and so far it is. I mean, I could be wrong, but right, it's pretty much where I should have got out of the trade, and I'm pretty good at this. I used the 15-minute for my exits and entries. Look, you just saw me use the 15-minute to trade today, right here on this. And we got in around here. I didn't get the full 10. I got about 5, so I get in around somewhere around here, 5 or 6%. And that's how you do it. That's how you make a trade. And usually if I can identify a 10%, then I can try to get something in the middle. Look at them buying it in though. Oh. Yes, I FOMO sometimes. Yes, I wish I was like, oh. I don't really FOMO, but you know, I feel FOMO. I feel the feelings of FOMO. I don't actually do it anymore, but I still feel the feelings. I'm like, oh, I wish, ooh, that just looks nice, you know. Then what I do too is I delete everything and I recreate whatever I'm drawing. I just make sure what I'm seeing makes sense. Like, could we be in here? That wouldn't make sense. See, it just wouldn't be a good trajectory. That's a strange, you know, 45s. Like I'd even cut this dip off and that makes more sense to me. And see how I got out of the 15? That's also a rookie move. If you're in the 1 hour, let the 1 hour play out. Like this is pumping. Now it's pumping. Look, now I ate my shorts. See? We actually got above resistance. We're actually headed for the next resistance right here. Likely this is going to continue to pump and go to there. So I might never get my entry back in. At one point, we'll pull back on the 15. 1 hour is steamrolling right now, though. Look at that thing. And oh, man. 1 hour is just going to plow through. I mean, this thing looks mean tonight. Look at that. Looks like it's highly likely to make some gains tonight. If you can hang out, you know. Shorts getting legs too, which is interesting. It's like bonds moving against. And honestly, all eyes on this level here for Bitcoin. Now bulls must hold this. This is the next support for the bulls right here. Look, for Michael Jordan and the bulls. Resistance becomes new support at 22,380, 365. So we're expecting a bounce back up to the upside here. We're expecting a bounce back to the upside for Bitcoin. All right. On the 7-minute, but I do not like the 1 hour. It's just not it's not looking good at all. Horrible. It's actually in this trend. We can almost, what I want to do is this. See that? It's a very strange Saturday night. I don't remember that when we've been so like all over the place in the charts. It's been a little, you know, usually we have a little more conformity here. This is a bit nuts. We just got to wait out this 1 hour and hope that we don't bang. And that's what I keep saying. Well, what do you usually do, Sam? I'm like, well, Sam, you usually just pull up, make a flag, and you hope that the flag stays solid. If it doesn't, it dumps. Then you wait. Then you wait for this to come down, and I either long that, or I wait for the bearish retest to short it. It's kind of the plan. I don't really react if I don't have to. I don't force a trade if I don't, you know, for any reason. It's just not like, oh. So 2288. Look at that massive move. Look at that. So it didn't pause. It actually kept ripping. I sold early. I would have been up even more now. I would have been up like $100 already in the trade. See that? That's how you make $100 real fast. Bond, man. Congratulations to anyone that took Bond for gains on the live. Gains in my sleep, 12%. This is the channel that makes gains live. Like, I've never seen it ever, and we try to do it almost every single day. We attempt to show you to make gains every single day, whether it's short, whether it's long. We attempt to wrestle with the market. And that's why you see anomalies here. That's why you'll see different things. That's why you'll see ups and downs. That's why you'll see all these crazy calls and all this, because it's just insanity, right? Wow, 2289 now. Just defying the Stokes. The pattern looked beautiful. Look, you had a shoulder, a head and a shoulder there, blasted to the upside. 2290 now. Ah. And you know what? I don't worry about my sell. I had a good trade. I made $50, you know. A part of me's like, I wish I was still in the trade, you know. But it is, it gets better at just being like, You get better at just being like, it is what it is, you know. Like, yeah, you know. I do like to see what I sold at and like double check now. I'm like, yeah. Entry price was $21.43. My close price was $22.31. It's $22.87. I mean, I was 60 cents shy. Yes, I would have made more gains, but you know, still happy with my move, man. I wasn't greedy, and now I'm not beating myself up about a trade that I could have, would have had. You know, I still believe the 7-minute and the 15 will eventually kind of slow down here. But that's a beautiful breakout of the trend line. And again, when the 15-minute resets, I may help myself to another move. 4 hours bending too. It says it could get. Oh, look at the size of that 4-hour candle. That's a bullish engulfing candle. You can put all that in there. I mean, that's very bullish. Very. So, bond for gains, baby. Bond for gains, man. We did it again. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video for Bitcoin. I'm watching this move back to the upside. I am suggesting that Bitcoin will pop back to the upside on this 7-minute. I was flabbergasted that it fell out of here. I believe it'll come back up here and get this move. The stochastics are just too beat to the ground. They will pump back up at one point. MACD, you know, also the RSI and the MACD spent. Falling volume with falling price. What the bulls must do, though, is now break back through the big resistance. Bulls must get above 22,667 to remain bullish. And look, this is a trend here that we're in underneath. We got to break back through this trend and then the bigger trend line too as well on the 4-hour time frame. Hold on. This is just, let me redo this. Let me pause this music. Something's just weird with me tonight. I can't figure it out. Like, hold up. Where is the music? I don't want to hear the music anymore. It's bugging me out. I want to do a nice, clean Bitcoin update with no music, no nonsense. I can't find this music anywhere, too. All right, here it is. All right. I got to, like, clear my head. So Bitcoin's sitting at heavy support right now because we had resistance, you know, and we're bouncing. And we're bouncing off the 200-day moving average, and we're about to get a golden cross on the 4-hour, and we're extremely oversold. So no matter really what the 1-hour wants to do and how strong it wants to dump, we are seeing some bullish. However, we're seeing some sell pressure into the 4-hour right now. We could get a double bottom right here, which would be beautiful. All right. So right now, just if we go clean for Bitcoin, 4-hour is bouncing off of previous resistance. So we're looking for an SR flip here, right here at about 22,400. All right. Now, the 1-hour suggests that we are going to dump, hands down. Like I've seen this play out many, many times. So that's a rising wedge. It has a 68% chance, and you're very high on the stochastics RSI. So we must heed the fact that this could dump. All right. My mind is projecting a possible shoulder, head, and shoulder, which would make perfect sense because we would dump out of here to the sideways down and then pump somewhere here like this. Okay. The bottom trend line is holding. The top trend line, I felt like we need to come to. Like, we haven't hit it yet. Like, we hit it, came down, hit it, came down. There's one other trend. We could put a middle resistance line in here. Resistance. So there's like a couple trends going on here. So this is what I see, nice and easy. All right. The 1-hour coming back down and must maintain price action above 22,002, 22,000. It could wick to 21,009, but it must remain back. It must close candles back above this zone and stay above this bottom trend line to remain bullish. So I do see the 1-hour coming down, but it just got to stay above this trend line. Then the 4-hour can take over, hopefully by 4 or 5 in the morning, and we can get what is the measured move, which is this breakout to about $25,000. All all right? Again, you always heed the previous high. We can get a resistance there or resistance there. If we do get a resistance at the top of this channel, you're looking for an M pattern, and the measure move of that M would take you to this low node here at about 19,000, 800, all right? So, 1 hour dumps on us tonight, highly likely. Just keeps us above 22,100 is what we need. So, I am seeing bearishness, but it's okay. Let it play out. Can the inverted head and shoulder break us to the upside? Then we'll wake up tomorrow oversold on the 15, oversold on the 1, and oversold on the 4. And can we then get our move to the upside? Where we end up tomorrow will show us how bullish we are or where the bears are. If we're down here and the bears retest them, we may wait for the 4 hour to get overbought, and we may begin to short the market. So that's how I'm looking at it tonight. It's getting late, 11:30, right? So make sure you get a good night's sleep. Get yourself about you. Set your stop losses, whatever trade you're in. Set your risk. Do whatever you got to do. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just someone that goes over the charts every single day. And don't do what anyone else tells you to do. You should have your own trading style. You should have your own proper risk management. And if you need an education, I can teach you proper risk management. I can teach you how to do these charts. I can teach you how to do support and resistance. I can show you the way. All right? So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell, everyone. Take deep breaths. Everything's going to be fine. Don't beat yourself up about a trade if it didn't go well. Everything will be all right. And, and that's Bitcoin. Now, bond, look, it finally did retrace a little bit. Now it's right about where I sold. I'm a little happy. So I sold a little early. But the 15-minute will reset, and then I may get back into this trade. Watch bond on the 15-minute. Flag it out. When in doubt, flag it out. It will interact with what? The white line, the 21-day moving average. You want to see price action get entangled with it? If this comes down and gets ready and the 1 hour still looks bullish, then by all means, this may be ready for another scalp to the upside. This is the trade before we even see the trade. So we're planning the trade before the trade happens. Like, we're about 2 hours ahead of the trade. All right, this alert will go off. We'll look at it. There's a possible chance we take it for another 12%. But we have to flag it out first and watch how the Stokes interact and watch how the price interacts with the 21-day moving average. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Birdman, I go over the dominance, the Bitcoin dominance and all that, but I will make a personal video, all right, and I'll explain it for the trading group, just for you, I promise, all right? I'll make sure your $50 does not go in vain. I'll break it down right now if you want. You know what? I'm so tired, but Birdman, are you still here? If you're still here, I'm going to do one-on-one tutoring with you right now because you just paid basically $50, and, I do group classes for 100. I usually do 300 an hour. So I got you right here. We can do 10, 20 minutes. I can go over this real quick. Are you still here, Birdman? If I hear that you're still here, then I will continue to go even though I'm exhausted because I love you. Bird, are you here, my friend? Bird. Are you here, Birdman? Are you here, Birdman? BRISE, it was all right. Birdman, he's not here. I'm Burke, that's close enough. All right. Well, I'll do it. It'll get timestamped, and then we can say, hey, you can go watch the timestamp. So he asked, can you go over the whole, let's go over it again because I just saw it. He said for $50, please explain Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance, or make a video of it. I've been waiting for this knowledge, so I've been wanting this knowledge so bad. All right. Like if you want, that's you, bro. Birdman, there he is. All right. All right, check it out. So first thing you want to do is you want to put your chart into threes. All right? That's the first thing you got to do. Second thing you want to do is you want to put the chart on like the daily time frame. All right? And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to type in USTether.D, and you're going to put in US Tether dominance. All right? Right off the bat. You're going to look at where the Stokes are on that and see what's going on. And right now, the Stokes for Tether dominance wants to push to the upside, suggesting that a bunch of Tether is going to move into the market on the daily. All right? The 4 hours suggests that a bunch of Tether is going to dump out of the market. So I usually wait for the 4 hour to play out, first because it's the time frame that's smaller. And so I'm waiting for this to drop to the downside here because we're very overbought on the 4 hour. Okay. Like so. Again, I have seen the daily just continue to pump, and then it will keep the 4 hour up here and do what's called pin. It'll pin a smaller time frame with its momentum. And this is how you start to trade stochastics RSI. But for now, let's just watch the 4 hour. Then we're going to go over to BTC.D, and we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, and we're going to look at that on the 4 hour as well. All right? That wants to pump to the upside. You see that? So think about it logically. All right, let's get a blank. Let's go to some random coin. I've never, this thing, Kuha. I'm just looking at some blank chart action so I can draw. So check this out. There's piles of money in the world, all right? A big billionaire comes and takes a bunch of money, $1 million, and he puts it into Tether. So there's $1 million sitting in Tether, right? And Bitcoin starts to pump. This guy takes all his Tether and dumps it into Bitcoin, all right? And what that does is that lowers Tether dominance, right? Because he's taken money out of Tether and he's put it into Bitcoin. And Bitcoin dominance goes up. So when Bitcoin pumps, money leaves Tether dominance and goes into Bitcoin dominance. So when Bitcoin pumps, Tether dominance should be dumping and Bitcoin dominance should be pumping. Okay. When Bitcoin dumps and goes down, people are selling off their Bitcoin, right? And when that's happening, all right, because people are selling off their Bitcoin, sorry, my ticker. Because people are selling off their Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance is dropping, all right? And usually, you know, they're not set up right to a fiat exchange. When they sell off their Bitcoin, they're going into Tether. And so when Bitcoin's dumping, Tether dominance is rising and Bitcoin dominance is dropping, okay? Now, there's one other scenario where, so those are the two things you're looking for. So we look at our juxtaposed chart, all right, and we have Bitcoin dominance trying to dump. I mean, Tether dominance trying to dump, but Bitcoin dominance trying to pump, you see? Like it wants to make a move up. And so then you grab Bitcoin and you look at Bitcoin. And if you can see here, Bitcoin's attempting to pump. Like the 4 hour looks right now the 4 hour looks bullish for Bitcoin. Hands down. Right? Tether dominance wants to drop. Bitcoin wants to pump. And Bitcoin dominance. And so right now that's a bullish scenario for Bitcoin. All right? Hands down. All right? The 1 hour is the complete opposite. So we have 8 hours of pain. We got to get through the 8 hours of what the 1 hour wants to do first before we can move on. That's what we're looking for right now. All right? So I hope I figured this out. The only Birdman I remember is the rapper with all the tattoos on his face. Can you put this in the learning library in the Discord once it's clipped? Yes. Yeah, sure. Audio was off. You're going to have to start over. Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? I know you're joking. I know you're messing around. I can see the audio. It's asking for a paddling. Wasn't there a Birdman Space Ghost? Anyway. So that's kind of the idea here. Now, when Bitcoin dumps, now another thing is when Bitcoin dumps hard, Tether dominance tends to pump too, because people sell out of alts and get stopped out into Bitcoin. So that's another thing. So when you see dominance about to pump with Tether, that's not a good sign. So you don't want to see dominance down here and Tether down here. That usually also means you could be getting a dump. All right. So that's why this is confusing, because there's two scenarios to when Bitcoin dominance pumps. When Bitcoin rips to the upside and when Bitcoin dumps to the downside. When Bitcoin dumps to the downside, Bitcoin dominance pumps with Tether. They both pump together. When Bitcoin pumps, Tether drops while Bitcoin dominance pumps. So by using these three charts together, you can kind of get a feel of what's going to happen in the market. And you can backtest this stuff and see if it happened before. So let's go in the past and let's take a look at this exact scenario we're about to see, which would be a rising wedge for tether dominance. So right here, we have a rising wedge for tether dominance, just like we have right here, a rising wedge. And it said it was going to dump right here, all right, right there. Now, and we'll put a blue line right there, and then we'll match that with this area here. Now, what's interesting about this is this is when Bitcoin started to pump on July 12th from 20,000 all the way to 24,000. Made a nice 20% move. Okay. Now, dominance would dump. That's interesting because Bitcoin dominance actually dumped with that, which is pretty weird. That's actually pretty strange, you know? Like, why would Bitcoin dominance be dumping while tether dominance was dumping? And how could, you know, you had a little pump for dominance there. And what that just means to me is that money was flowing into Bitcoin, but it was leaving Bitcoin and going into the alts too. And so, like, alts were moving while Bitcoin was moving. And so we got a little bit of an alt move too. This is interesting because that's like an anomaly there. Like, normally we should get Bitcoin dominance pumping when Bitcoin pumps. Here we got it. See, the Bitcoin dominance pumped huge. And that's when Bitcoin got this like last bit of rally, you know, people ran right in. And then Tether had its last dump. So also, I see what you're saying, and I thought that about too. Is like, what if people were buying, you know, another stable coin, and then, but for the most part, like if we delete all this work and we look at it on the daily, like the daily is usually pretty spot on. Like right here on the daily, we had Bitcoin dominance pumping, right? Right here. And that was this, like, at least this sideways rally. It's interesting though, I mean, Bitcoin dominance pumping. This is weird, I'll be honest. Like, you're seeing some anomalies in this. But if you go over this every single day like I do, you'll eventually start. And I'm also beat tired. You have to remember that. So, like, some days I should just stop streaming at one point, you know, when I'm, like, exhausted. Because it's just too real. I'm, like, the realest person on YouTube. So it's like everyone else is like, this is my show. Ha, ha, ha. I'm like, this is me right now. Like, let's get it in, you know. But, again, if this is going to dump and dominance is going to pump, it should give you a sign that you should get a bit of a move to the upside, you know. Right now, dominance wants to pump while Bitcoin dominance wants to drop, you know. And then Bitcoin wants to pump too. It's like, you got this, like, how could we be, hold on. What worries me too at the end of the day is you could take Bitcoin dominance out of it and you could just look at two of these things. So, like, look at Bitcoin and tether dominance and be like, every time Bitcoin was low while tether dominance was low, what happened, right? And, like, right here, tether was low. Bitcoin actually was high there. It's very rare when they actually both get low. You see? To me, it's like, well, is Bitcoin going to pump and tether going to pump? How can they both pump together? You know? It doesn't make sense, right? So, oh yeah, look, I was wrong because I was on the daily. That's why. See, I'm getting tired. So look, I mean, to me, drop for Bitcoin, drop for dominance, pump for Bitcoin. Simple as that, you know? And you should technically get a pump. Yeah, see, I was on the wrong time frames, confusing myself. See, that's why, you know? I thought I was on the, see, I'm tired and I'm messing up. See, so you have to give me slack. I'm a human being. People think because I'm the lifer that I'm not a human, you know? It's kind of weird, you know? But I'm a real human. I'm a real person. So look, if Bitcoin is low and Bitcoin dominance is low, and Tether wants to dump, that's a really good sign that you're going to see a pump for Bitcoin. And you could backtest this stuff like over and over again. Let's look at the last time Tether was low right here. So last Bitcoin pump we had, Tether was high, but Bitcoin dominance was low. And then Bitcoin was also low. And look what happened. As the Bitcoin dominance rose, right, Bitcoin pumped and the Tether dominance dumped. And look, here we are again, high on the 4-hour. We're at resistance on dominance. We're in a rising wedge on dominance. 68% chance that's going to drop. And you're low again on Bitcoin dominance, right, to pump. And Bitcoin's about to pump. Last time we saw that, we saw a nice pump for Bitcoin. So it would only make sense that when we get this drop in dominance, we would get the same pump for Bitcoin to about 30K. All right? Sorry, it took me a second to get that done. But, all right. Would people use the other stables, maybe Tether dominance obsolete? No, not yet. No, there's too much Tether dominance. We need insight into this, so it always helps to see your thinking process. Thank you. Yes, that's important, though. All right? And this is special sauce. Like, this is really, really, because this is like, think about it. Like, this is high basic probability math. Like, you're taking 3 assets that correlate, and then you're watching the correlations to find the truth. You know? I do like McCormick and Co. Are they really good? I've been using them for years. Are they legit? Okay. They don't lose irradiation. Okay, relying on steam and sterilization. I like that. I like to know that. I like McCormick. USDC is the thing market makers can attack to hurt the crypto market. USDC is more stable, but any pair they can attack is at risk to the market. It's true. McCormick is a Warren Buffett favorite stock. That's funny. I would use that too. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when we post our next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love you all. Have a great day. Be safe. We got to look at Bond one last time, right? Just because. Let's look at Bond. And Bitcoin at 22,396. See if that 7-minute did, in fact, try to get its bounce. Nope. Slumping again. Staying inside this channel now. Look, now you're getting this. So now they're kind of showing us what's going on a little bit, though. It's a falling wedge on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. All right. It might actually make a higher low when this is all said and done. It's not too bad right now. Not too bad. Let's take a look at Bond. It was at 22.41 when we glanced at it. Oh, yep. It took the, see, you knew that the 15-minute was going to give you a better entry. And see, I'm waiting for that. There you go. So my sell was pretty nice. Everyone, have a good day, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Be safe.